Shut up. I know the title's wrong. I'm fixing the title right now. God dang it. I'm mad. Hold on. We're fixing it. Shambala. Shambala. Great. And then EX11. EX12. EX12. Proxy live. Digimon webcam tournament. All right. Title's fixed. I'm here. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Let's double check sounds and everything. Yeah, you can hear me. Music's playing. Players are getting seated at some point. Somewhere, I hope. I have new lighting. Damn. My new lighting. The new lighting goes hard. Like, I am beyond, like, stoked at how well this worked out. The lighting worked out. I do need to work on it not blinding me, but... like, surely, like... you can see so... like, it's so bright now. My camera must love it. But that being said, we have a box that's from SHAMBALA, which is very exciting. SHAMBALA proxy tournament today. I am fully intending to... I need two things from this set. I need to get the Susanoo alt art. I want at least one Susanoo alt art for fun. And then I want to build TB. Was it Susanoo and the Gals is what I'm calling that Dacre. So I'm sure there's going to be a funny name. I haven't been able to come up with a super funny name for it. And then I need the Melga stuff. The Melga stuff is good. I'm convinced that I will not, maybe not convinced, but I will not be surprised if those sons of guns out in Singapore or Southeast Asia figure out a Melga list, because like there's some stuff, man. Like that deck always schmooves. That deck always schmooves, and it catches people off guard all the time. Like I don't even like people try to do like jank nights and stuff, and I'm like, I could never take Melga. Melga's too good to be jank, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it depends on what your definition of jank is, right? Everyone's got a slightly different definition of what jank is, which is what makes jank night so difficult. Like people have asked me before, like, oh, why don't you do a jank night? And I'm like, what is jank? Because jank to you is not jank to me, not jank to them, and everyone's got a different opinion. Someone's gonna get hurt no matter what. What's up, Opias? How you doing? Oh, I got sleeves. I got new sleeves. You see? I'll take one out. All right, players are sitting down though, so that's nice. Yeah. Oh, it's still like bright. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these sleeves are sick. These sleeves, real cool. I don't know if my problem with Digimon sleeves is like they're only really good as egg sleeves, just because I don't like over sleeves. I've complained before about such things. Let's see, table two. Thank you, Michael. You're the goat. You're the best. You're the reason this tournament exists. Without you, we're nothing. Table 2 it is. Oh, and I got one more thing. I got this. Look, it's amazing. And not only did I get this, but I got two. Look. Are you opening a case, Panda, or no? I'm surprised you don't have a Panda. Or there's no case stream. I started building one. I started building one, so it's just a top. Have fun streaming. I will. I'm excited for Shambhala. Like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if the power level is quite there, but it's pretty good. I think Shambhala. Oh dear. There we go. Yeah. There, he figured it out. We figured it out. All right. Huh. Whoa, homies make do. I can't complain. You guys are gonna witness people doing their best with their setups, and I at least they figured out the turning thing. So I'm gonna flip the top, make the memory markers touch. Just trying to. My source, unfortunately, is getting in tomorrow, so stream tomorrow or Saturday. Dang, I can't ask you what the trick is. Darn. But yeah, I started building one of them. So like, here's this chess piece. It's annoying I had to buy two, but we bought two because eventually Magna Garu is gonna come out, and I need to be able to display. I want to display the Susan and the Magna Garu with the Kaiser Greymon. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Which is, it's fine, I guess, but. Oh, I also have his head. God, I made the head already. It's kind of bright. My lighting's like right, not where it wants. Yeah, but you can kind of see it there. It's pretty good. But yeah, no, I'm stoked. Shambhala's exciting in the sense that, like, I don't know how meta everything's gonna be. Malga has a chance. Susano and his gal pals has a chance. I'm not super confident on Virus Buster. Obviously I've seen the videos and the combos. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 Magna Garus too. I have those pre-ordered. I've seen the Virus Buster combos and stuff. But like, that deck is like, I get, like, you guys remember when Dragon Links first came out? I get like Hina vibes. Like, the deck is cool if you see Hina, but like, and in this case for Virus Busters, deck's really cool if you see the Virus Buster field spell, but if you don't see that field spell, like, you just don't play the game. Oh, and we got, all right. Oh, we're starting off kind of fun. I'm excited. I think we got Angels on one side, but we got Shambhala on the other side. So very stoked to see some Shambhala. Shambhala girls, I guess, is what. I guess Shambhala girls is probably the best way to name it. Digimon don't have gender. Shut up. Really don't. Why did they give them boobs? Like, shut up. You sound dumb. I'm curious to see where Machindra lands with the new cards. You mean like classical Machindra, not like Metal Empire Machindra? I don't know. That's weird. The new Machindra Ace is interesting, right? Like, obviously. But I don't know. I'm not a Machindra guy. Like, I don't constantly play test Machindra or something like that. But my gut feeling is that Machindramon, like pure Machindramon, does not give a shit about the Chaos Dramon. Like, the Chaos Dramon is a bad card as far as classical Machindra is concerned. Maybe I'm off by that. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone can be out there like, I've been playtesting and it's been dominating every, like, you know, like, listen, I could be wrong. However, my gut, my experience, my lived experience tells me that I really don't think classical Machindramon gives a damn about Chaos Dramon. But the ace has potential. And obviously the 5s, like I think people are really excited. Like both the Andro and the Megadramon are playable. So in classical Machine Dramon. So we'll see. I know the Wargrey's not. Like the Wargrey's not playable. Being an ace sucks, but like a cheap Machine Dramon to hard play is not something to look over. Like the fact that they can play that guy for like very cheap off of the Supreme Connection or whatever, I think there's a lot of use cases. There's also, I think, a lot of use cases for Machine Dramon to have an ace in hand. Like I do believe that classical Machine Dramon will find uses out of that ace. I'm eating a quesadilla on the side. I'm sorry. Sorry, did I say Wargrey? I meant the Metal Grey. The Metal Grey is not playable in Machine Dra. Because we're talking about level 5 machine cyborgs? Level 5 cyborgs. I'm talking about Metal Grey in Machine Dra. I could be wrong. I might not need to reread the Metal Grey though. But the problem with more Metal Greys, like I think people fail to remember this when it comes to Machine Dramon. Especially nowadays with the new assembly Machine Dramon, you really care about unique names. And like, is this Metal Greymon better than some of the ones we're currently running? I don't know. At least Fragment and Stack Protection offers a lot for the ace. I agree. Like, am I saying it's going to be a 4 of? No. Oh, rest in. Is Angel's just going to turn 2? Just. Oh my God. All right. Well, we're just going to scoop. Oh my God. Shambhala didn't even get to play. That's so annoying. We just didn't find level 4, I guess. Yeah. Maybe Shambhala's not that great, but the decks look cool, man. Not even didn't find a level 4. That was all turn 2. Oh, that's... Ban the potato is what I'll say. Ban the potato. We were yapping too much. I missed what the Angels players did, but I know turn 1 was Patamon, right? So, God, I hate that potato. So dumb. Against Bounce, the machine just kind of like it's tough, but if there's a format that it's gonna work, it would be this format. The only deck right now running consistently topping and running non-deletion removal is like Vulcan. Like Vulcan's the only one using Tidal Stream, right? I can't think, like, does Bears bottom deck? I don't think Bears bottom decks. Maybe I'm wrong. Like obviously some decks, like some of the TS decks could be running Neptune, but we haven't seen a Neptune actually really top recently. Oh, turn 2. Shambhala going crazy. What's up? What you doing? Ugh, we see the potato again from oh no. This is gonna be so gross. Kaguya, did you evolve Kaguya? Oh God, if we have the Pegasus in hand, it's just over. It's just, oh no. All right. Okay, this was all execute. So then Kaguya, Fortitude, play. See, this is why I think that like Shambala's got a chance, man. Holy. That was Shambala's turn too. Oh my god. If we see Pegasus, it's over. Oh, we're skipping the Asuna? Did we whiff? Whiff, whiff, whiff. F this potato. Damn it. Wait, can you do that? Yeah, you can. It's a yellow vaccine. What an interesting AGO to place in this deck too. Yeah, Shambhala definitely gets to play this time. This will be interesting. All right, take a security. We should have 3 security, right? Yeah. And then we go hard play Pada. That's fine. Pegasus. Why skip on the Asuna? Maybe we drew the Pegasus. Gain the memory off a second Pada. Do we see Teacup? Yeah, we do. Dang it. Oh, this is the Angel's Teacup. So take one of the sources or the one in trash, but it's from sources or trash, or is it sources in hand? This is how much I care about this deck, I tell you. By no means do I think Angels is like top 3 deck in the format right now, but it is an aggravating deck for sure. Kaguya makes everything blockers, so getting through this as an angel isn't easy. Shambhala gets to play this time. Yeah. Even though they go through the whole line, Angels doesn't have OTK through this. That's good. All right, put the Kaguya on top. Ugh, that's annoying. All this and a choke to 1 is ugh. No longer a blocker. Should be down to 2 security now, right? Yeah. Play Angemon, draw a card. And what did we play this first Angemon? Oh, we did trash an Angemon. Oh, we did trash an Angemon, so now we're gonna go Teacup. Yeah, Shambhala loses again. I can't come back from this. I mean, are we dead? I mean, like, we have to put our opponent to 5 and we're not dead. Oh, maybe we have Susan. Do we have enough for Susan? Might not. We did not get a lot of cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many cards is Susan? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. Thank you. And we had exactly 8. Wow. That's gonna be nice. So minus, oh my god, yes. Minus 10 trillion to the board. Like, it's something stupid. I don't know how much it is. It's something ridiculous. I don't remember the exact digit of, it's like what, minus 3k per color. And we have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So it's like minus 15k to the board at least. I could be off on the numbers. I don't have the card memorized yet. But yeah, nasty. And we clear security. We trash the top security and then we hit a security. We're not game yet, but now we get to like decode. So obviously we're deleting ourselves because of everything. We're gonna get to decode. The only thing that makes this better is if we had a is that it? Oh, we just didn't have the inheritables to go sicko mode wide. Yeah, oh, because we got the red yellow guy, huh? Yeah, the red yellow guy, like, you want to see Marine Bull. If you see Marine Bull, it is so good. I forget like what the full line you're looking for is, but you also want the they have a card that is basically Our Courage United, but for their level 6s, which is nasty. Just an insane card as well. They didn't have all the 5s, just one. If you had all 3 level 5s, that's three level 4s from hand source and trash. Oh, that's gross. That's cool. Yeah. So I guess, so fair enough on that. If you just have, what's crazy is if you just have another Susanoo, you win. Hard play, Juno, trash, get to play. Trash. Oh, that sucks. That's the mem boost for the deck, but you don't need it anymore. So we played Pada? I was gonna say, where did Pada go? What the? All right, with 5 memory, does the deck have recursion? The deck has recursion, right? The deck has a way to just like pick up Susan from trash, pretty sure. Oh, but we recovered 2. Ugh, damn. Everything doesn't have blocker, so you could... I would just swing Hani, right? Swing Hani. Okay, go to Kokeshi. I need to pull up the cards on the side. Honestly, I should do that. What does Kokeshi let us do? Kokeshi. Delete one of your Digimon to delete a level 4 or lower. So that lets you do nothing. So then you go into Marine Bull to 0. I feel like we're being extra. But when digivolving by placing a level 6 or lower card with Aqua or TB from trait from your hand, as this bottom, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards in the hand. So you get rid of Juno. You're going to swing Marine Bull. And draw trash, draw trash. Maybe just looking for Susan. We're not bigger. Yeah, because it's a purple stack. But yeah, we don't have any on deletions unless we pick something up that I don't know of. It's the Amaterasu on delete that lets you do that. Okay, good to know. Gonna let us pick up 1, 2, 3. There's the Susan. Grab that. That's game. You just hard play. Yeah, the Angels player sees the line, so they just scoop. Dang, it's only Amaterasu that lets you pick up cards? Dang. They threw in a level 5 Katakuru to get the dog on play because it's a Katakuru is on deletion. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to build this deck. There's a lot of ratios. We haven't seen the triple colored spell. We haven't seen the Arc Courage United. And I wonder if that's intentional. I guess it must be intentional. Just no time against this deck. Yeah, Angels, they didn't like whiff on their turn 2, but they just didn't have like the nuts, I guess. I don't know. Their turn 2 was awkward because it kind of seemed like they had almost everything. Maybe they just didn't have the... I guess maybe they didn't have Minerva, so they had to go into Juno. I'm not sure why it routed that way. Enmamon, but I don't think Enmamon would be a TB, right? Enmamon would be either its own thing or part of SW. Oh, Kaguya presented a wall against the OTK. That's fair. Good point. You have to prioritize removing Kaguya. Okay. Got you. Enmamon is 100% a TB. Oh, okay. I can be wrong. That's fine. I have not, like, I'm not a big, like, I don't know the lore, like, super crazy. Okay. Oh, okay. Shaka is SW and Enma is TB. Okay. Sounds right to me. He's exclusive. Oh, I keep forgetting they have the Digivices, so we like know all this shit. I guess that fits with all the graveyard shenanigans that TB is kind of doing. So, all right, I'll give you that. I just assume I'm gonna be real. I saw the Gokumon and I saw Enmamon is also a monkey, and I was like, surely they go in the same deck, right? But now that you guys mention it, it does make like Shakamon being missing, and all the level 5s that make up Shaka are SW. It makes sense that SW is Shaka, and then Enma would be. I get it. Is Enma a level 7? You guys think? I'm not. You guys tell me, because like I really like TB as like a Susano turbo deck. Like I really enjoy Susano like the Susano turbo strategy of TB. I don't necessarily care for the like it being something else, you know what I'm saying? SW cards are Chinese lore, TB are Japanese lore. Enma is a Japanese god, so yeah. Ah. Oh, and then that's where's my Izanagi? Right? Where the F is Izanagi? And I'm just gonna sit here and shout out. The only reason I know Japanese gods is 1, Naruto, 2, Smite. So can you blame a brother? We have Susan, we have Amaterasu, we have Kaguya. Kaguya is a Japanese god, right? Yeah. So which one is Izanagi? I think that's the only one we're missing. Might be one more. Emma technically is just the Japanese name for Yama, a Hindu Buddhist figure. Huh. Cool. Oh, is it like a Roman versus Greek thing? That's kind of funny. We're gonna swing Kokeshi to get a draw discard. Okay. Why wouldn't we? Is she on deletion? Is she not on Digivolving? I would delete the shit out of that. I would have deleted the shit out of that Pegasus, or is the 5 gonna do it for us? I don't remember his 5 real quick. Give me a sec. It's yellow, right? Yellow, red? Give your opponents Digimon sec -1 until the end of their turn ends. That doesn't mean anything. When your Digimon attack security card removed, this Digimon may Digivolve into a TB trait reduced by 2. So we pay 1. So it should still be good. Oh, is it still execute? I guess it's still execute. Okay. Bring back. Jesus. Damn, dude, this deck is so cool. All right, so we had a route that was going to still... We still had a route that was going to clear the Pegasus, so that's good. We're in a boost. This is a fair and balanced Patamon, so nothing crazy. Digivolve into Pegasus, take the top, stack the top. Where does it go from here, though? Oh, it died because of the Juno? Ah. Is that what it was? Okay. Well, either way. You're not playing tonight, Tessero, or are you just watching? Just watching today? Nice. Ah, you should have... Always feel free to ping me before a tournament. And like, just like, this is what, like, I'm gonna let you in on the secret, Tessero. Anytime I've had Marshmallow Ruffian on, anytime I've had Michael on, anytime I've had V Passion on, it's always because I wake up in the morning, Thursday morning, I wake up, I look at my phone, I have a Discord message from one of the named above, and they're always like, hey, do you need a guest today? And I'm like, not anymore, I don't. And yeah, so like anytime you feel like you're free, don't the way I word this to people is like, give me the privilege of saying no, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have nothing to lose but when to ask. And like today, for example, I would have just had you on. So, of course, if you're interested, I'm not. Forgive me. Either it's not too late. That's true. There is a little bit of too late. I guess it's not too late. There is a part of me that's like already in the mode of solo dolo mode, but I guess you're right. Either way, level 6s are set up to die in this. Yeah, that's fair. We just didn't get the end of attack on that, so you couldn't play the 4 off of the Amaterasu level 5. Or is it level 4 at end of attack? I forget. It's a 5k or less from your hand. So you were one less body. We go into teacup. We can't keep turn because we don't have either the Patamons to like go sick them. We actually had to raw Evo into. Did we? No, we didn't. And we just play Patamon and pray. Okay, Patamon and pray it is. And like watching Angels play out these couple of turns, it's like you guys are like, it's so hard. This format is so weird, or at least ever since BT25, things have been so weird. Like Digimon, some of the coolest games of Digimon have been played in this format, in the BT25 format. Obviously, it's EXL 12 now, so it's, who knows. But so many of the coolest games I've casted at this point have been BT25 games. But then it's like Angels Turn 2 exists, and you're like, I hate this game. You know what I mean? Like, it's so unfortunate. Oh, did we just have Susan? Yeah, we're doing the count. This is, oh my god. Oh, it got blocked and retailed. Oh, so we misplayed a little bit. I don't think we have Susan. We at least gotta like remove board, right? Oh, we do have a Susan, right? I'm like sitting up as if. Oh, we're looking what to play. Okay. Delete delete Kaguya to delete the Pata. Kaguya now on deletion, return one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Oh my god. Nasty. Absolutely disgusting. Digivolve into Kokeshi, or sorry, Karakuru. Karakuru is going to be when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then one of their Digimon or Tamers can suspend until the end of turn. They got nothing, so they just went into a 5 for the sake of going into a 5. You know that from this board state, they either hard drop Juno as a removal, otherwise, like, most of their removal is, I guess their removal isn't deletion, right? Like, right, we Digivolve into the TS pattern. I think this people give me flack on this, but I think this Patamon is infinitely more balanced than the BT14 one. I'm like totally okay with this Patamon existing. What I'm not okay with is the 14 one. I think if you hit the 14 one, so many of the turn 2 Pata Angels BS doesn't happen. Swing, and then it's just swing Karakuru. There's no blocker, no nothing. Yeah, so it's just so like, I don't know. Angels is so weird, man. Like, obviously it's the fun deck to hate, unfortunately, because like, yeah, turn 2 just BS like that is crazy. But then it's like, what did they really do game 2 and 3, right? Like, I just never see a world where this deck gets like hit or something just because like is there a way to hit the deck without like, I don't know, man. Like can you, is there a way to hit the deck that just doesn't like completely kill it, right? Because like I'm just like, everyone's focused around Nyaro, sure. I like that. Personally, I'm still okay with Nyaro. I like the fact that it's a commitment. You have to commit to an attack. You have to trash a security. You're not doing some cheeky like heal one, then trash it, right? Like it is, you are going down a security check. There are negatives to the Nyaramon. There are no negatives to the Patamon. So that's why I'm always on the Patamon train. But that's like, you know what I mean? Like we just watched a game where it was like, like, yeah, turn 2 was gross. This game sucks. Power creep. But then, like, what did they really do game 2 and 3, right? Like, the answer's not much. Let's see if I got someone else to watch. Looks like they're done. Got another TB deck. Let's see if I can find something different. Otherwise, I'm definitely down to watch more TB. It looks like only one table's still going. Yeah, I guess so. Glowing Dawn versus TB. Oh, that's a cool playmat. That's really clean. Something about the way that the art just like works on screen. I don't know. That's a really clean playmat for the Glowing Dawn player. right, we'll see if I can get Tessera on. Gotta get my headset on. Also, a guest also means no face cam. So this is what you guys lose. You lose my beautiful Shirley Temple curls on screen. It's unfortunate. All right, let's see what I can do. I'll get Tessera on. Why not? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. All right, Tessera, maybe or maybe not. We'll be on in a second. Otherwise, they swung once with Pegasus. Got it. An attack is such a non-committal thing for how much value Niaro gives. I think you're. I think that's incorrect. Personally, I think like, in this day, committing to an attack is still a big deal. Like it is still a big step and a downside. But again, if there is a ban list for, I will repeat this again for people, but like if there is a ban list and they hit Niaro and they don't hit the Patamon, which I'm the one advocating for Patamon, I'm not gonna be too upset. Like I don't see that as a, oh, you were right and Risu was wrong. I just see that as like they could go either way. I would prefer Patamon being gone, but I get it. And it's seen use in 3 different. Okay, so it's been the Niaro's seen use in 3 different decks, but I never considered Puppets an issue, and I never considered what else has been using it. It's Puppets, Angels, Jupiter, and I'm with V Passion. Like Niaro does not belong in Jupiter. I do not like Niaro in Jupiter. Period. I think the Sunamon's just better. I think V Passion vehemently proves that correct. But I don't know what the third deck you might be talking about. I want both Niaro, Pada on the list for different reasons. Tessera is slowly getting on. Is there... Can I hear? No, I can't hear you. What is that? Did I give you the wrong link? Maybe I gave you the wrong link. Let's see, what can I do? He's just like not loading in all the way. What browser are you using? Well, that was a... Maybe I can... All right, wait. Tessera? Hello? I think I can hear him. Speak. Oh, wait. Speak.
Speak. Hello. Can you hear me now?
We can hear Tessera. We're here.
All right. Perfect.
Sweet. All right. The last conversation we're just having is Niaro versus Patamon. Which one are you hitting? If not both.
Both.
You're just hitting both.
Probably both. Like I agree with Green Hill Mario that like they both should be hit for different. I mean, I would say similar reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think Niaro needs to go entirely.
Okay.
He's one of those cards where I think he's too generic. He just, he's not tied to any specific archetype.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you say, if they decide that Angel's an issue and they hit it, right? So it's like if you get rid of like say Anjumon to kill the combo, then Nyaromon is like so generic he might just be abused in the next best yellow deck because he's not tied to any specific archetype. And in general, his card is just half a blinding ray, which is already a limited card, right?
Yeah, I get you. I still think I'm still gonna stand on the like. Look, I mean, I agree that like both is fine. I just don't see Bandai like completely just obliterating a deck like that. But I like all your points are kind of like I consider are the same thing with Patamon, right? Like Patamon is even.
I agree that we don't need to hit anything yet because it's just like, okay, these are just the top decks that are at the top right now. If they stick around for like several more formats, then they're going to be hit. I think Nyaro is just in that like space of like being. I think just the card that's like egregious on its own because it's just too easy to like. If say Angels leaves the format, Nyaro could still be abused in the next best yellow deck. It could be abused in whenever Kentaros and Dynus get support in EX13, or so on and so forth. There's a lot of decks outside.
I mean, I agree. Like, I'm not saying that's like
abusing self-security trash, right?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's only Angels where it's like abusing the self-security trash, right? But then you're right. If Kentaros comes in with the Kentarosmon X, because that was their mechanic as well, they could. Isn't Nyaro originally for that deck? Am I misremembering?
No, it was for Gato.
It was
Gato
for Gato.
Also has the trash security synergies. It's all over Yellow, right? Yellow gets so many trashing security synergies nowadays. And as long as they keep doing that, Nyaro could potentially be played in any of those decks that utilize it. And the only reason you wouldn't at this point is if they create a deck specific one that you'd rather that's just better than it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I agree. I mean, all those points I think still apply to Patamon. I think with Yellow, everything is just generally.
I also think Pada is also hittable. He's also just too generic. Being limited to vaccines is not that much of a restriction.
Not in Yellow, I would say.
Not in Yellow.
And then the downside is like what? The downside to that Patamon is like you digivolve normally. Like instead, like it's not that big a deal. Like in that
and
scenario.
He still has like a generic memory gain inherit, which is also busted.
Yeah, which I think that's the real thing I'm sitting here like if I'm just looking at Angels in a bubble, I think the Patamon's more egregious. Right, because like that's the one that I think it's like you're resetting that memory over and over again is like without punishment. I think is the part that's gross.
I feel like there's no point in like arguing between Nyaro and Pada. I just think
they're both bad.
They're both bad. They're both bad for similar reasons. They're both too generic in giving the ability to Yellow decks to just generate a bunch of free memory. It's like why they hit like Doberman and Cerbex, right? It's like their cards are just too good as like a generic engine for a Yellow, right?
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. That makes sense.
I don't have my camera on today. I look too disheveled.
No, you're good. I'm just having some fun with it. I'm trying to find a picture I want to use. I think I should still have your picture somewhere. I just gotta find it.
Yeah. It's like you can't really argue between like hitting Nyaro or hitting Pada. It's like getting shot versus getting stabbed. It's like they're both bad. Get rid of both.
Yeah, I just don't see them hitting both. Like it doesn't seem like their MO.
If they hit both Dober and Cerbex, then I can see them hitting both Nyaro and Pada.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Round 2 should be soon. I need to double check that. Nah, they're still pairing it out. Let's see, why can't I find?
Let me bring up the pairings list myself so we can look.
But how do you've been on a Beelstar kick? But how are you looking into EX11 or EX12? Excuse me. What's EX12 looking like for you?
I'm not sure. This might be a set that I skip, but it might be a regretful skip. It's just like I don't have like the funds to go into it. But it feels like one of those decks that like, or one of those sets where it's like, oh, these decks are like going to be like maybe tier 2, tier 1.5 right now, but like 1 or 2 more pieces of support, and they suddenly explode, and now suddenly all these cards are gonna like, jump up in price, like has been the case with a lot of EX sets.
Yeah, like it's
DL Star X.
It's always scary to like skip on an EX set. I definitely agree with that. Like,
yeah, we'll look at BL Star X being like a $10 to $20 secret rare for a while, and now it's like $120 because the deck is now busted. EX12 is a set that I think is primed for that to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if they get much support. Like, I feel like Shambhala, like that's how the thing with TS and Shambhala and like all the recent things, I feel like they're very insulated. Like once after 26, right? I don't think we're getting TS cards for a long time, for example. For sure, we're not gonna get TS cards after 26 for a while. Maybe like one or two splashed. But we know that we're getting at least a couple more Shambhala cards just off of distributor info for the feature sets. We know we're getting Kunlun soon. We know Anima is in EX14.
And then they said Shaka is like coming, right? Like they just said that.
Yeah, exactly. So at the very least, Shambhala decks they're currently like, I think SW is like the worst of the bunch at the moment. That deck does nothing right now. TB, we just saw it in action. It's decent.
God, Shisano Turbo is just like, nasty.
Yeah, it is nasty. But it's not like, I wouldn't call it like tier 1 crazy. Maybe it's close enough. Like,
it might break. It's definitely at least tier 2. I'm kind of skeptical too on it.
Yeah.
But like we saw it in action. Here, like it can deal with angels, which I don't know.
Angels.
So like that's one step. But at the same, like it can build. Like we saw it like the Kaguya setup, right? Like the whole field of blockers, like that just stops the OTK from angels, where normally they might have been able to win on that board. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Angels is an easy enough deck to stop if you can go first and put up some blockers.
Yeah,
which is what Kaguya does.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's like these decks are like just okay, and they're getting future support, so it's like skipping it feels bad because it feels like you're gonna like get hurt once these cards shoot up in price in like a couple of months.
What about Virus Buster and what's the other one? ME.
Yeah, those two decks are pretty solid. They're being carried on the back of Metal Garurumon in my opinion, because that card is insane. But because of that, I think those decks are very playable, but they're also in like that awkward, like playable enough in the meta, but probably aren't going to be like the big meta representatives right now. I mean,
they're just going to have those turns.
Topping are going to continue to be like the most prevalent meta decks.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Virus Buster like sneaking something here and there just off the back of like, just like Omni. That Omni's insane. Like, I think that Omni is potentially one of the nastiest cards sevens we've seen in a while. That it's
okay. I think Metal Garu is the big carry.
Really? I mean, yes, I think Metal Garu is probably like the main game plan most of the time, but like just heal 2, trash 2 sounds like that is a 4 security swing. Like that is a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know, nowadays
they're probably mostly using Omni to just end the game.
Yeah.
And it is just like, it is what it is. It's a game ender.
I don't think it necessarily ends the game. I don't think you have to. With the heal too? Is it a blocker at least? I forget.
It's a blocker, but I don't think it has a reboot unless you're like playing it in ME.
Let me double check. It's blue or is it red?
It's blue first, if I remember correctly.
I think it's blue first. I think you're right. It is blue first. It's got blocker, barrier, piercing. Yeah, so no reboot innately, but the when digivolving is the recovery part. So it's also when attacking as well. So if you could just like stick this on a board as a big blocker, it can't be bad.
Stick. Yeah. It has no protection unless you're playing it in Metal Empire,
right?
Which I feel like they won't because they're gonna prioritize Chaos Dramon. They're just gonna pop it, and then it's like, okay, maybe the 2 recovery might keep you alive for a turn. But then you have like you're gonna have to keep playing the game from that point. And off an empty board for Virus Busters, your best play is just assemble Metal Garu and pray, which to be honest is still an amazing play because like I said, Metal Garu kind of carries a deck because you can just assemble it and potentially stall a turn with the bottom decking plus the stun.
Right. Nah, I think it's
like there is a world where I've told people before, like there's a world where that Metal Garu by itself brings back Melga, because I think if you go like a purple blue Melga, because if you go purple blue Melgas like all the way through, you can DNA into your 5s. You can DNA your 4s can DNA into the new Weregaru, and then all your Weregarus can DNA into Melga. So there's the potential for some nasty DNA plays with Melga there, and you can and then like we already know how powerful like resetting inheritables and all the draw discard available to the blue purple line of Garu. Like I think there's a lot. It has the chance to be so nasty.
Potentially, it's just that like pure Garu decks haven't had like a big support wave in a while, so they don't have as many ways to like cheat evos as the modern decks do, which is why like Virus Busters is going to be like the best way to abuse the new Metal Garu, because they have that. They have the Dinyaru end of turn available in combination with the field spell plus Metal Gamma to enable that to be very cheap. And the level 5s, of course, being able to evolve for 2 less. It just means, you get to make
a whole board
very cheaply.
But that's my problem though, is like if you don't have the field spell, it's like
without the field spell, Metal Gamma is still available as a method. Or you could just slam. It's still cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you move up a 4, slam the other 4 because most of them are 4 cost anyway. You still get to do the Nyaru effect to DNA. You still get to do the when attacking to evolve for a 6 into a 6 for 1 cost. That's still cheap and efficient. You can still do that play off of being stuck on 1 memory.
That's fair. If you have the promote though, which can be pretty. Looks like we got rocks. I'm sitting at table 2 unless you know somebody, you want to watch somebody else different.
Let me hop into table 2 with you then. I don't know where we were going yet.
I think only people seem to only have brought TV tonight. I didn't see anyone else running any of the other ones. Maybe I should take a quick pass to see if anyone's on a different Shambhala deck, because like there are the other ones, the ones that get less talked about, like Nature Spirits. Nature Spirits exists along with Deep Savers, the Amphi and the Arbit support. I don't know how much the split archetype how much they are gonna care about that.
When it comes to those cards, they're competing with each other and with SW for being the worst parts of the set. The new cards all right, but like they don't quite have all of the tools of the current meta, because like as I said before, or the current decks have so much like cost reduction on their evolutions or memory gain that if your current archetypes don't also have that, they struggle to keep up.
What about I think the last deck to talk about is Gamma. I think Gamma's just historically been a deck kind of like Numemon, where it's just waiting for that one card to break it.
It might still be just waiting. I don't think Proxima is quite it just yet.
Yeah, I don't.
But it might be. I could be wrong, but like.
No,
so
I
far,
think the Battle like you were talking about for Virus Busters. I think the Battle Gamma is huge. Being able to play Strongest of Brothers for a reduced cost is huge for the deck.
It's nice, yeah. I feel like they got a lot of support, but from I don't play it, but I think I have a couple of friends that tried it, and from what I've heard, it's still not.
It's not quite good enough. Okay.
Yeah, but it's getting there. It might just be like one more wave of direct support, and some like. It just has to be like it's getting pushed because it's got a secret rare, but like I think it needs to be like further pushed. And once they do, they give it like the kind of stuff, the kind of like push support they give to a lot of like stuff that they really want to be good, like TS and BL Star, and then suddenly it's the deck everyone has to be afraid of.
Yeah. Does Reboot just have it turn 2? Yeah. That's I think that we did a Craftmon, so we can't go into.
Yeah. I mean, you could just hard Evo Reboot, which is nice too.
What's your take on Reboot? I feel like this is every Appmon enjoyers like Hopium. Like they're just like finally have a deck that's broken into like this is the highest like success like we've seen any Atmon deck since like Hero OTK or whatever.
Yeah, it makes me sad it's not doing as well, because that was one of the decks that I was like predicting would be a staple of the meta, that I thought would be way more prevalent than it is now. And yet it just still just isn't there. It probably doesn't help that, like, since it's not immune to option effects, it has to run text to do so, whether it's using the
red card
to recycle Charismon, and in general having to run Charismon, which is not part of the natural line, red card and or EPS, like what it does on its own is pretty solid, but it still needs those splash techs to compete in the current format, which is in itself an issue. But Craftmon, I think, is like the big thing that really helps, having that cycle engine, that draw engine.
Oh yeah, it's so
Craftmon
good.
really needed that.
And they have tamer control. They have a lot of things going for them. So like I get why people have like the copium for this card or for this deck. But the problem is, like, they did, like, you probably remember, but when BT14 came out, BT14 comes out, and it's the introduction of aces, and everyone's like, oh, aces are going to change the game, blah, blah, blah. They have a lower play cost, da, 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 da. And then they introduced CBD Bomb for D Brigade, which was just like the perfect ace counter. Like, so it's like you could play these aces and you would just lose to D Brigade, which was like a brand new archetype in that set. So they like, there was already an inset way to just completely nullify any kind of attempt to try to use aces as your fives. It wasn't really until aces had level 6s that we really saw aces kind of take off.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I first saw aces, I was on the opposite opinion. I was already on the train of like, this doesn't look that good. Like, there was like so many hoops you have to jump, and you get so punished for using them. Like, that was my first impression. I really thought that like people were overblowing it when they thought that these were super strong or broken, because we were already in a meta where it was like super aggression favored, OTK favored, and a lot of them had built-in removal, which meant you already had like a built-in way to deal with aces. There wasn't like a deck out there that would naturally lose to this stuff for the most part.
I agree. I still think they fundamentally changed how people played the game just by existing, and I always give them credit for that. Even back in BT14s, like from then on, a random level, you could not just ignore a random level 4. And I thought that was a cool, like, you come from Yu-Gi-Oh at all?
No, not actually.
Not really. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a card, I think it's called Gores, which is like a hand trap,
right? Yeah.
That it'll come into play as your highest as the attack power of the monster you're attacking with. So
yeah, I know of Gores. Yeah.
Yes.
I at least consume enough Yu-Gi-Oh content to be vaguely aware of some of the things in there. And
just that card existing changed how people play, and I kind of like give credit to that kind of play style.
Here's the thing: Gores is better than aces. You don't like lose cards in hand or anything for them deleting your Gores, right? Gores isn't as easy to play around. Of course, you can play around it, but it's not like playing around it turns off Gores entirely. It's not like you can like pop a back row and suddenly they can't use Gores at all, or pop a monster and you can't use Gores at all. It's like,
I think some of that is just the nature of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh being different from Digimon fundamentally, though. But I still agree with you.
In general, I remember people were saying, "Oh no, aces are hand traps. We are now."
That was crazy.
And it's like, these are supposed to be hand traps, the ones that you can like completely stop from happening just by removing their body, which every deck that is being played can do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They definitely were not
traps that you can remove with Digimon deletion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I definitely don't think hand trap, like comparing them to hand traps and all the like was like, no, that was a little too much. But it looks like we have a stunned Pyramidimon, and we're trying to make our way up into a second Pyramidimon, so we're not stunned. I guess it depends on what we have in our hand here, but it looks like we got a pretty good encyclopedia of a hand
to do our thing. There's Programo. There's the bad one. I hate this Programo. Or is this the hand one? No, I always forget.
No, I
which
think
one's
this is
which.
the other one because it's the limited version. It looks like.
Is this the?
But yeah, looks like we had a let's see, what's his name? Watchmon getting linked to stun one of the sixes, so now he has to build a second stack to try to make a defensive board or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a Gammamon in the back that could potentially pop off and fuse up the line.
Right, but with no tamers on board, you're just gonna have to have it in hand. And if you choke to one, there's not a lot we can do, I think.
Yeah, it's not looking very good for the app player here, just because they're lacking things like tamers or cyber engages or anything to like. I mean, at the very least, you still have very efficient plays in Appmon because you have those link reducers plus app fuses to like climb up the line very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get choked to one, maybe they might get just stuck here.
Like we're gonna swing with the Programo to because we're gonna get collision piercing, aren't we? Yeah. So we're gonna be huge. We gotta have to block here. Getting the memory from Tumble. Oh, but we did get a I forget. This is the Leviathan option. I forget what it does though.
Yeah, Godgate Unleashed. When your apps get when your links get trashed, you can link from trash. It's a good way to
loop a Karis.
Loop Karis, so they have extra protection.
Like we are going to. Did we just? Oh, we just digivolved into a magnetic. Interesting.
Not bad. I mean,
it chokes to one, right? Oh, but then they keep turn.
I mean, he trashed security. It deleted the body. It does what he wanted to do, and it's threatening lethal on the next turn. Since now it's like it's going to be there on the board.
Yeah, but do we have a way to end the turn and choke to one? I guess we do because we can digivolve for 3 on top of the Programo into a 6, trash the 2 tumbles under magnetic, and then we're chilling.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what we're probably going to do here there. Because you definitely want to choke the one to make it as hard as possible to make reboot without while keeping turn.
How much memory do you need to actually reboot in a single turn? Is it 3?
I'm not sure.
Oh, we just said F it. We're just gonna put them to 5. So if we just have the cards,
pretty bold.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Meteormon?
Yeah. That does give you protection against, what was it? Digi and bouncing, right?
No, that's Icemon.
Am I crazy?
It gives you protection to... It's protection to de-digivolve. Let me see if there's anything else. By placing 1 level 4 until your opponent turn ends, their effects can't return one of your ice, snow, mineral, or rocks, and can de-digivolve. Okay. So no bouncing, but you still can suspend and swing into stuff. I guess fragment comes in, but we'll see.
They probably could just suspend the board and then just like ignore it, maybe stun it all because you have potentially have Shotmon to stun everything again. Like I guess the balance protection is relevant against the Bootmon effect that bottom deck suspended cards, which I think was probably relevant here since you would need. It's not like they're going to try to delete you for the most part unless they're trying to attack over you.
Oh, we have to hard evo into Shutmon. Do we have the... But we can link from trash, right? So we should have the... There we go. There's Bootmon.
Yeah. And now you can make reboot. Yeah, he probably wasn't going to be able to go into the reboot without passing turn if choked to 1, but the Rockslayer decided to pass 5 for a protection that may or may not even matter here.
Right.
Doesn't Shutmon also have like a can't digivolve effect that it might have triggered here?
I think it's like can't unsuspend. I think that's
the link effect is the can't unsuspend. But like on the main body.
Yeah, I'm looking. If it's your turn, you may link 1 card, and then from your trash for this Digimon's all turns. When this Digimon gets linked, one of your opponent's Digimon tamers can't digivolve until the end of turn.
Yeah, so since Magnetic is already digivolved, no reason to stun that. They probably use that on the
Meteor,
the Icemon, but they just swung over the Icemon anyway, so it's gone.
Yeah, it makes sense. You don't want to like fragment into something.
Looks like he's got everything he wants linked now. He's got Charismon, he's got Shutmon to stun the Magnetic. So things are looking pretty up here for the reboot now.
Yeah. We're gonna end our turn by playing a Karis or linking a Karis.
Like he's hard linking.
Yeah.
He trashed the Shut because it's gonna be trashed as you can only have 2 things linked.
I'm not
sure. To link a new Shut, probably to maybe
stun the Tamers as well.
Triggered the stun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Tamers aren't stunned because it
can't unsuspend. Yeah.
Yeah. So they need to suspend him first, which he didn't do. Either way.
Yeah, I know. We definitely came back, which is pretty good.
So I feel like the Rocks player isn't entirely out of the game because you can probably like slam a body and climb up a stack to make things happen. But reboot player, has a lot of protection going on, can't be affected by Digimon effects, has the Charismon plus God Grade Unleashed. So it's going to be pretty difficult to out the reboot.
Yeah, I mean, the only options they run are what? Like, they do, like, it's like, not their Blitz, what's it called? I know it's like some German.
The Emblem.
Yeah.
The Emblem and, the Zafrakabas, which is just a buff spell.
Don't they have one that de-digivolves? No, I could be forgetting.
Might be mixing it up with DCD bomb since you're mentioning it earlier.
Maybe. Excuse me. But I don't. Yeah, I don't think. Are any of these the closes that actually let you essentially scramble? Or but you already have a Digimon, so. Or do those care?
Right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure they care. I'm pretty sure they say if you have no Digimon, play a Sunoriza.
Yeah, I'm double checking.
The promo 169. No, that's not it.
By returning this to the bottom, you may play one close. Then, if you don't have a Digimon, you may play it. Yeah, it's the EX10 one.
Yep. And I don't think I see it on the board.
I don't think that one's on board. Yeah.
No.
That one's at 3 cost. So.
Either way, he has the memory to like slam and then climb a line. But he's gonna have to make a defensive play possible. But I'm not even sure what defensive play you can make that's good enough when this deck can easily suspend your blockers down by linking on Mon or something.
We'll have to see. I think we're just going up. We're also like immune to Digimon effects too, which makes it tough. We have no like that's the gamble with Rocks, right? It's kind of their defensive plays aren't the greatest. I know like the new Pyramidi kind of helps, but like it's so difficult for this deck just to get a blocker.
Yeah. It's very matchup specific because your only protections are just the Icemon and the fragment, which I guess, in a lot of matchups that would be good enough, but like the moment you fight green and they just suspend you down, it's like, it stops being relevant.
All right, so how do we end this turn? I think we have a lot of sources available. We have only 2 Tumblemons in rotation. So we could Digivolve into Pyramidi, trash 2 of the Tumblemons, get 2 of that back. So that would choke to 1, which was honestly the big mistake. Like, I don't think we needed to worry about, like, I get the idea of like, we wanted to protect from being bottom decked and Digivolved, but like, I think we were just fine choking to 1.
Yeah, that probably would have been the best, is just to make it as hard as possible to go up the line.
And we are going to Digivolve into that new EX11 the newest Pyramidimon, it looks like.
Yeah, which can get rid of the Tamer, I believe, is what's going to happen here. No, it deletes highest. Is it highest or lowest?
I think it's highest. No, hold on. I think it's like the reboot's out of
Digimon are Tamers, which sucks because that's the reboot, which is immune.
Yes, and it has to target the reboot. Yeah.
So it's just gonna sit here. Like, maybe at best they can find some method to make it so that I think the moment, even if there was like a blocker on board, then reboot will play around it just by suspending down. And then it'll be easy enough for it to just go swing, unsuspend, swing. Rocks looks like they're out of security entirely too, so it's just gonna be just one swing.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think, again, this like the hoops this deck has to jump around just to get a blocker. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new one doesn't even, it's just reboot. It's not blocker at all. So, and I don't think none of the in archetype rock stuff has blocker. So we're just gonna loop. We're gonna loop linking sources, unsuspend, and I think we're just gonna doesn't matter.
No, hold on, my headphones are running out of battery. I have to switch to other ones.
All right, go do that. But yeah, no, it's really interesting. Let's see if I can find somebody else, like maybe somebody on SW.
All right, I'm back, I think.
Yeah, everyone believes in SW today. Like there are so far 3 SW players, and 2 of them paired into each other. We got someone on a type of machine draw. I might watch them. We have Excel, I believe. Yeah, that looks like Excel to me. Did we get new Excel cards? I don't think so. Damn, everybody on TB. 4 TB players today.
Video Ninja's not picking up my headphones.
Hold on. You might have to. He might have to change audio settings.
Yep, got it.
You got it. Sweet.
I thought I charged these things, but I guess not.
That's life. All right, and let's go to.
Let's see here. Cyber Engage and Watchmon on one end, Landramon on the other, but not the one you want to put in the back.
Oh yeah, where are we? Where are you?
That's the on Evo player close.
Oh wait, they were
Congo.
still. Oh wait, they're still playing. I'm so stupid.
Yep.
That was.
I'm so playing.
I'm so dumb, chat.
Yeah, that was game 1.
That was game 1. I was looking around seeing what people were playing.
Interesting that we see Congo from the black player, but I think Congo is a really good card right now. Thanks to Milk's suggestion, I was playing briefly, and when I was playing Volcanus.
I love it. I think Congo's so good into Angels, into Beelstar. I think it's okay.
Beelstar maybe not so much, but like it also cuts down like what Glowing Dawn can do, because they like they typically like to swing their level 5s to use Gecko to go into their 6s.
Yeah. I think I enjoy stopping the chip damage from Beelstar and or the sometimes you can swing with Lady Devi for combo, or like put them in, like they wanna digivolve the Lady Devi and back, and so I enjoy it for that.
I see in the chat, Green Hill Mario says, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, sometimes anytime someone random online says the game is becoming too much Yu-Gi-Oh, I want to hold back, there's the reply, oh, it's becoming good. I feel the same way. I am liking the way that the game is becoming more Yu-Gi-Oh-esque. I think, the game you get to play and do stuff.
You get to touch cardboard, bro. Like
way more often, way earlier. I think it's just funner that way.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying the way the current game plays.
And I don't think like all the decks are playing the same. Like sure, there's a big conversation right now where everything's like, oh, it's just all slop. But it's like you see it in this set, like SW plays completely different from TB. And then like I definitely think all the like the TS decks operate under different rules and conditions, and they're touching their cards differently. And then there's obviously Beelstar completely different from anything else. Like I don't know.
The problem.
Yeah, there's decent variety in in what's out there, and even these two decks are very
Vastly
that we're
different.
looking at right now are play very differently from each other, even though they're both just like climbing up their line and doing things. You got like a guy that trashes and returns sources to do a bunch of cool effects and regain memory versus
linking,
doing
which is a
all
completely
this
different mechanic.
that like that does a lot of like bottom decking and stunning and then making a big protected body. It's fairly different from each other.
Oof, giving my opponent the close hurts though. No, I agree with you. I think the biggest problem.
Shutmon, is this thing stunned?
I don't think it's stunned. I don't think we went into shut this. I don't think we've gone into shut. I don't think that's a shut. I think that's a gossip. Yeah, that's a gossip.
It's a gossip. So I think that thing isn't stunned just yet.
I think it's gossip again.
So we might still be able to, if they don't out that, they might be able to be fine this turn. They made 2 bootmons here without being able to make a reboot yet. So it looks like we still have the typical Appmon issue of just not finding the pieces because it's a DNA deck that DNAs at every level.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Looking at his hand, and it's looking pretty rough.
Did you know gossip has 4 legs and makes horse noises? I did not know that. That is very funny. Dang. So we did find an answer to. Did we just swing into it? I guess we did just swing.
Yeah, it looks like they just traded it and then
worth. I definitely see that as worth.
Yeah, because it's like if not, then that body up there they could just
OTKs
the end of you.
Yeah. But I definitely agree. Like the only problem we have in our format right now that like I can't like fault people on for like hating Digimon or something right now is like if like man decks can play against each other so well, right? And like you've seen it, you've played these games. Some of the best games have been in BT25 in my opinion. But that also is like if you don't brick. If you brick, you're dead. Like that's it. That's the problem.
Yeah. I think I'm enjoying how fast the game is, but like the speed does mean that the moment your hand is like just slightly worse than your opponent, it feels
terrible.
Impossible.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy still digging for pieces while your opponent is popping off. When popping off means that they establish a body that if you don't out, you lose.
Yep. Just tracking trash a little bit. It's fun. You can link Appmons into other mons.
Oh, I see what happened now. He didn't swing. He linked Bootmon to do the bottom decking effect. Gotcha. Now I'm looking at the board again, and I see Bootmon linked to Bootmon. He paid 3 memory to do that. Yeah, you can link the Digimon that's on the board as well.
That's cool.
Thank you, chat. Yeah, but the Rocks player didn't do anything. They did a good setup turn, but didn't do anything to out the boot on the board.
But your opponent's kind of bricked, right?
I think a lot of modern decks kind of are good at and need to be good at is the ability to play off an empty board in like a position like this to like be able to like out cards and stuff.
Right.
Rocks can do that, but it feels like they kind of really have to finagle things or rely on the close that plays your bodies for free in order
your
to
scramble,
make those
your scramble close.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I think it's an okay, like it was kind of, I think it's an okay turn to go into like setup like this. Cause like, it just seems like our opponent is bricked, is missing the 6. So if we give them a little bit of a memory or just under enough memory, like even if they go into reboot, we're not dead. And now that they've just hit into a gravel heart, which that's going to let us replay a Sunrisa from trash. At least that's what I would be looking to do, is getting another body on board. Too close. To me, 2 closes is more than enough.
Search. That's good.
Yep. Take 2 cards. Those are exactly
what the targets are. I think that is the bad Prograno, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we can't take Congo, so to the bottom.
Comes up in this matchup too much anyway. I guess it stops Bootmon from swinging. Not that they would typically.
Right. All right, now we're gonna use the Tamer to link another Gotchmon, and then we're gonna Cyber Engage
Search the top, still looking for that reboot. Just can't find. They're in security, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Trash the
Unfortunate.
rest.
This could be game here because it's
Two memory.
you're
Can you
staring
kill
down
from
a rocks
5?
with 2 tamers.
I don't know if you can kill from
Actually,
5.
yeah, you're right. Killing from 5 is actually not that simple for rocks, but they're definitely going to wipe the board to an extent.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, as long if there's no shot we still don't go into. If we can, we go into meteor, into full line, into magnetic here, and like at least clear security, clear the board. But hopefully we can do that while also choking to like a low amount of memory.
Could also depend on the build. I feel like if they're running certain cards that most pyramid players haven't been on in a while, like let's say like the original pyramid that gives sec plus, then maybe they still can OTK from 5, especially since with double gravel hearts and 2 closes, they should have like more than enough memory to just sort of like do whatever the hell they want.
That's true. I agree with that. Looks like we are going to go into that Icemon. Tug a source from trash.
They trash the tumble. That Icemon can stick back in that tumble, so it's just more free memory for them. They're already at 6 memory and they're about to gain even more.
Thinking about resolving the close, okay. And we are going to resolve close, which I think this is the one that takes puts 1 source underneath.
It looks like that is what's happening here. Getting 2 tumbles in there.
Gravel hearts.
Resolving the second gravel hearts.
To go into...
Going to the bad Prograno, but at least it's a 5.
Did we use the first gravel hearts to go into Icemon? That feels inefficient.
Yeah, so that looks like that's happened. It's like it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's like I guess he just wants to use them right away.
Yeah, maybe the routing lets us get maybe this routing lets us get to 1 memory. And we go straight from Progamo to magnetic.
Yep. For the 6 cost, which he had exactly 6 memory.
So trash, gain 2 memory.
Effectively.
Trash the top.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like we're going this route. I don't believe he's going to be OTKing here.
There's 1 reboot.
So I wonder if he can end on anything that will even stop the opponent from popping off with the Onmon in the back.
I guess we do have a tamer and cyber engage. It would have been nice to...
Yeah, with the tamer.
I guess it would have been nice to see a... something to control the tamer. Pop it maybe, but didn't see it.
Yeah, if maybe it's some way to like maybe trash sources to be Digivolve and then maybe pop the level 4 underneath it. And then if he can go from there to evolving into the Exciting Pyramid to pop the tamer, you'd probably have an easier time choking the opponent and stopping them from being able to do much.
Actually play the next turn, yeah. All right, we're going to tuck a Sundrisa and 2 tumbles. And are we not going to
check?
Swing.
Activating the effect again to trash.
Gain 2 memory.
I gained back 2 memory, so maybe he has a line here where he can maybe like slam the Sonoriza that retucks to then maybe like make that pyramid.
You might be right.
Or maybe he has some other play in line. There is Sonoriza going to 1.
Talk 2 sources, maybe 2 tumbles.
Back in.
Can we go? We can go into Progama. Oh, we go into Landra.
That's a Landramon. That is the promo one, so I believe he's going to be able to use that to trash a source.
Trash a tumble. Yeah. It's like what? Trash a source to search? Can I do Sunrisa?
Does it only trash from its own sources?
Well, all the rock stuff lets you trash from all sources, right? I think all the rocks lets you just
That's
as long as.
I feel like, but he trashed from his own source instead. Maybe because he just wants to choke to 1 here.
Yeah, we don't have a better route there. I could see that. That can make some sense to me.
That's probably the best he can do here.
All right. Icemon gives blocker.
Yeah, it's
But
like any sort. Any
so we don't have
Digimon can trash the
reboot.
source.
Ugh.
Surprisingly, for mono black deck, there's not much reboot on.
That's what I'm saying, man.
On these cards.
If it wasn't for like the incredible OTK potential from Magnetic, like this deck just doesn't do like traditional black Digimon deck things. It's so difficult to just have basic things like reboot and blocker. I know the Icemon's providing blocker here, but that's not that's not Liberator support for the deck. That was like tangential support the deck got. But it looks like we are gonna scoop anyway.
Scoop it up. Yeah, it probably doesn't have a line to climb up. Yeah. I just noticed that he's running Tapmon instead of like
Swipe.
I think what was it? Swipe.
I think it's Swipe.
The one that reduces the cost of linking rather than the one that draws cards. And maybe that might be contributing to him not finding his pieces that he needs, because it looks like this whole game he was just sort of like, you know, climbing up the lions, linking, and just not quite having the payoff.
Yeah. And
then after having his board wiped, he still didn't have the cards to make a new line.
How goes the EX12 games? They go all right. I think the only thing people are playing is TB. So.
Oh, are you able to see everyone's deck lists?
I can, but I did a sweep of a lot of the tables, and like I didn't see anyone. I saw one player playing Machine Dramon, which one might try to catch. See if any of the new Machine Dramon support is bringing this guy up. But otherwise, yeah, I didn't see. Yeah, all I saw was TB.
Machine Dramon might implement some of the MA cards to be better, like, or to do. I don't know if they can do anything new, but like it helps the deck, you know, pop back up into viability.
Yeah, like I definitely think
Mega Dramon is nice, but it's basically just an extra copy of the
current one, the
DM version.
The DM version, yes. The Andro is also good. Those are the two cards I'm looking at of like these are playable.
Oh yeah, the redirect is really nice. There's another way to get redirect.
Yep. The redirect's huge.
Changes things too heavily. I feel like, you know, just adding like 2 more extra good sources for your Machine Dramon stack, I don't think in my mind that wouldn't like completely change the game for them. I feel like they need like a whole, like they need something like big, like something that redefines the way redefines their bottom end, so they aren't doing either DM shenanigans or the purple Ukomon thing that they've been doing before.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. But maybe a black base. Maybe they finally have enough to where a black base is possible. But I think, while I don't like Chaos Dramon for original Machine Dramon, I think there's a place for the Machine Dramon Ace. I definitely think with things like Supreme Connection, is the game... Oh, they just took a break. They're just AFK real quick. I was going to say, are they done? But no. I definitely think there's got to be a place for that Machine Dramon. Being a 7-drop Machine Dramon is not something to sneeze at in a deck that just like...
It is nice. I do like the DDG protection, which is something I think the deck really appreciates.
Yeah. DDG protection along with just... I mean, you can play this guy for like, what, 3? If you have the Supreme Connection and everything. Like... That's got to be good.
It feels like a nice card to get underneath your stack if you make a massive Chaos Dramon X stack. But I'm not sure what kind of, like, how do you fit everything in if you're trying to do that in like a traditional Machine Dramon deck? Or pure Machine Dramon deck, right? Trying to make a Chaos X stack with like all the other Machine Dramons in it, plus the Ace to give you the DDG protection on top of everything else. It sounds like it's asking for a lot, especially in a meta that's so fast.
I agree. That's probably true.
So I'm saying that like it feels like what Machine Dramon really needs is like, you know, a whole, you know, a huge like support way that makes
an actual bottom end instead of just hijacking purple, like you said. Yeah.
That or like making a more efficient way of a version of what the purple bottom end does for it. Something that like is an archetype for them, like maybe some Gurumons.
Something that like is like helping you dig into your tamers or getting your tamer, because they still don't have a good way to play like their analog mans, right? Like,
right. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a set that supports them directly. Like they've been playing a lot of Next Order, and I'm thinking about like, man, it'd be nice to you know, they're giving us all these video game sets around the Digimon story games. Maybe I'm curious to see what a next order focus set would look like.
I think they have a hard time with some of the older games just because it's like those games were way more open in terms of like the Digimon you were using. There's no like,
I mean, Time Changer is super open in the Digimon.
yeah, but you have the 3 starters, right? And then like they didn't really focus on that, right? They focused on the Olympus 12 and each of their lines.
I mean, with like Next Order, I think you focused on like the Digimon that are like, I mean, it'd be very similar to a set like the BT11, which was the other Digimon World set, where you focus on mainly like the story's main players. So Next Order set would probably be having like Magnadramon support, Gallant support, Machine Dramon, Zort Defeat, Alter B, Omnimons,
right?
Taida Kazuha, Gaiomon, stuff like that.
I could see that. That makes sense. Now, we went into, is this like a turn 2, turn 3 reboot? That's nasty. But we are just giving our opponent all the resources. Jesus.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like Rox doesn't really have an answer to reboot as far as I'm aware. So I think they can give them all the stuff they want, and they're just going to be being chilling about it.
How big is reboot? Reboot is plus that's a level 5 and a level 4, so that's plus what? Plus 3 plus
6, I think.
Plus 6?
Yeah, plus 7, so like 19.
He's 19. Progamo. We can get magnetic to with the right Progamo. We can get it to like plus 6. We can get to 20k.
That's true. He doesn't have any Paris or anything, so he's just immune to effects.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, right? The opponent has like what, 5 securities still.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going to get OTK'd, especially not past an immune blocker. And they're not going to out the reboot, so it's just like they do whatever they can, and then on the reboot's turn, the reboot player will just go, okay, swing, suspend down your blockers, do the check, unsuspend, swing for game. I think this is going to be. I think we're going to be packing it up here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's probably true. We'll see. All right, we're going to use the close. This is like the promo, lets you take a source in.
Mandai hears this and says, here's another traded Machine Dramon that can be used in traditional Machine Dramon. True. And you know what? I'm assuming that the machine players would not complain.
What was it? Was it the Team Case Hunters video where they were just like, Machine Dramon was the original slop deck? Which that was a good video if you guys haven't seen that yet. I don't agree with everything that was said, but it was still a good video. All right, so we go into this is the old pyramid? I think this is like the second pyramid. It's not the new one. Newest one.
I don't remember what that one does. I'm going to look it up real quick. Pyramid. Nope, misspelled it.
Oh, we digivolved over
it. That is the X10 one. It's the one that just like reduces play costs to combo off with the
right.
The sources that delete the 4 costs, so they can delete bigger things. I mean, it'll still retux sources, which is still nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for mono black deck, it feels like Rox is missing a lot of effects typical to black decks that they could really use right now.
Yeah.
In this scenario. Stuff that look like says like this X Digimon can't attack players or whatever. That would be something to be nice to use against reboot. But again, it'd have to be like an option effect for it to stop reboot right now, because reboot's immune to effects, and it's an immunity that gets triggered on the opponent's turn and lasts until your own turn, which is like, I think that's new to reboot mon and very difficult to play around. I don't think there's like much that they can do. I mean, they splashed Congo, which affects the reboot if it weren't for the fact that reboot is too high of a play cost. Oh wait, that could be a really good combo, right? Oh no, never mind. Pyramid would reduce the play cost of the reboot, but the reboot would be immune to the effect that reduces your play cost. So it's not like you can combo.
No,
that
but
with
it's still
Congo.
no, but it would restand. You're right. Once it restands,
it doesn't work.
Yeah. Because how does reboot get the protection? It's when it suspends or unsuspends.
When it unsuspends, it becomes
immune
to Digimon effects until the end of your own turn.
Right.
So trigger
it could work,
unsuspend,
but when they restand and get the immunity. But it could have worked.
No, they still have the immunity.
Oh right, because it's till the end of your. It's so weird.
Your
that one that
turn.
he keeps tripping me
it's
up.
Weird that it triggers during your opponent's turn and lasts until your own turn. So no lingering effects don't really work. Unlike with other immunities.
Yeah.
You would need a crazy busted option, which I don't think exists, or is probably definitely isn't being ran right now.
Trying to make sure we track all the memory properly.
Either way, I'm just gonna skip it up here. It's just gonna be a very simple swing and suspense swing to end the game.
Yeah.
Here.
All right. So reboot takes it over Pyramidi, unfortunately. Just still coming down to that fact that's like just have none of the black defensiveness in the deck. It's always, I think in this day and age, you gotta have actually some defensiveness in your deck now, and kind of fall short if you don't.
Yeah, something that your card does during the opponent's turn would be nice. I mean, it's not like Pyramid has nothing. It has blocker and occasionally Fragment plus Tumblemon shenanigans helps a lot, because there's a lot of cards out there that like have a mandatory like pop as part of their effects, right? Like it'd be really good against, let's say, BL Star, because if you go BL Star X and try to trash their security, you can end up popping Pyramid and triggering or popping Magnetic and triggering Fragment and triggering all of their inherits. But like Reboot is just one of those decks that just doesn't interact with you in that way. So it's just a really poor matchup. Your cards just literally do nothing.
Leandro makes space and removing analog BT 11. The black base is still slow, and now we've got Fragment, meaning no one's removing level 5. So maybe there is the future analog man with ME trait. The Thundermon is very good, very good. I need to reread Thundermon.
Yeah, Thundermon is pretty nice. Thundermon and us getting Thundermon X antibody, I believe. I believe they teased Thundermon X antibody in one of the future sets. Makes me excited that maybe they're going to potentially maybe they're going to support like a pure Mamemon deck sometime soon. Maybe we'll see the Mamemon Uprising.
I feel like we've got to get a Bancho set coming, right? Like,
true. There's that DLC from Time Stranger.
I think that's a big thing on people's minds is like, are we gonna see like basically the DLCs, right? It was like there's a Bancho DLC, there's an Omnimon Alter S and all the like variants DLC. What's the other one?
X antibodies, which that is going to be like the big. That's the theme of like the next two main sets after Time Stranger is over.
Yeah, so we know we're getting that. Isn't there like supposedly like a hybrid? Is there a hybrid DLC? I don't remember. I think there's like one where does he? I can't remember what it is. I thought there was like an Ancients DLC, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember there being an Ancients one.
Chat, tell me I'm right. Give me the copium, please. Anyway, I'm at like table 5. We're just watching some Excel versus Glowing Dawn, which the new Excel stuff, the new like I forget what they're called, like D Brigade. I don't know if they have the. I actually don't know if they have the D Brigade trait, or what's the Digipolice. I don't know if they have the Digipolice trait.
of
I
their
think it's
brigade.
just Excel
They don't
and
usually split traits. There's just their D brigades. Yeah. XL D brigade cards are pretty sick. The new Digimon can go pretty crazy at times with how much it lets you spit out bodies for cheap.
I believe
and the
it.
payoff right now, the whole completely immune Chaos Dramon is pretty solid. But you kind of have to get there. From what it looks like, I'm not seeing one on the board, so it looks like they probably just couldn't get there.
Yeah.
And
why do you think
looks like
that it
Lone
comes
God
down
is
to
about
not seeing
just-
it? Like you think it's why like it's just
It is
another
unfortunate, but,
deck that
it
needs
feels
like 20
that's one of the things
pieces?
that's keeping XL in check, because it's like that Chaos Dramon is completely immune to effects, so it can feel really difficult to out. It's like there's a lot of instances where going into it is just like, oh, yep, the game is over. I just win here.
I see.
Looks like did he use Murasame effect to just use Final
Eclipse.
Judgment to get Sick Plus and then go into the Arthritis? So he did it there for 3 checks, it looks like.
I think so. And that's
There's a
just
way to potentially, I mean, opponent is at 4 security here, so at 1 security looks like it's not going to matter here. It's going to clear security even without that Sec Plus.
and it's still their turn.
Regardless of how he ends here, the opponent just has nothing but a Valder on board. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to even do any. I mean, XL is flexible enough they can potentially do something from this position, but with just Valder on board, if they like play another of the singularity
just
option and then drop a 6 and then DNA, maybe they can come back from here.
I think they might just be dead here. Isn't there a 4 you can play for 4 and then Monarch?
Yeah, you can play either a 3 or a 4.
And then just Monarch
Probably
to win?
play any level here besides a 6, and then if they have another of the last judgments, then that's just game.
Oh, but we don't have a source under a tamer, so we can't
Ooh, well, that gets you one.
that gets you one. So if you just have a
Maybe
hard, if you have a
that's gonna be the play
Muramase,
right there.
yeah.
Yeah, if they have one of the level 5s that have on play use an option.
But with 3 cards, it has to be the exact, like your 2 cards have to be
Exact
exactly
combo,
that. Yeah.
Maybe he might have messed up by using up the last judgment
Monarch.
earlier there.
Yeah. Gonna hard play the. I can't. I don't remember. I never remember this guy's name. It's just Noivern or Noibat to me. Like it's just this thing's a Pokemon.
Kirapon, yep.
Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to like correct for his mistakes slightly here by grabbing back the Monarch for next turn.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, this doesn't look very good for XL, but if they have the cards for it, they might still have a play if they do exactly what I just mentioned. The Singularity option plus a level 6 plus Chaosmon could potentially. I mean, maybe not, because Arthritis is also immune to effects. So
Is
it's
Valder
gonna be
not
immune blocker versus immune blocker?
Is Valder not premium DP removal? I guess maybe not. No. I
Is
can't
Chaos
remember.
on premium? I think it's just regular, like your own turn.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can't remember.
On.
Valder.
I can look it up real quick. Oh no! Wow, yeah, Chaosmon is lingering DP. The new one, the new promo.
Yeah. That's what I was
So if
thinking.
they can go into that Chaosmon, they can out the Atratus. They can potentially clear the board. They don't have it though. They just slammed Chromon.
Ah, rip.
So
And
yeah,
then
that's
just gonna scoop it from there.
Dang! I was so excited to see maybe see the XL player potentially make a comeback if they had all the pieces for it. We could potentially wipe the board and established an immune threat. Yeah, the more I read this Chaos one, the crazier it reads. Sec +1 partition when Digivolving complete immunity. When Digivolving and attacking non-once per turn, an opponent's Digimon gets minus 10,000 DP until their turn ends, lingering. So it's like, dang, what don't you have?
Yeah. A deck that can get into him consistently. That's what he doesn't have.
Sources. Yeah, consistency, I guess, is the big one.
It's just too many cards, I think, and I think that's what we're gonna see with like Virus Buster and ME. That it's just too many
I mean, at least
cards.
Vice was enemy have a giant meat that helps them with their consistency a little bit. XL is missing that because they used to be able to run the green yellow boost, but now that their deck
They have the black now in there,
black purple
or
cards,
purple, yeah.
It makes it a lot more awkward to make use of it. We're gonna have to see maybe XL boost at some point.
Can't
if they
you
wanna
use
continue
yellow?
supporting this archetype?
Does like green black or yellow black get you every card in the deck now?
Does yellow black get you there? That'll whiff
All the
on the green yellow half of the cards. The bird line.
Are they all? But that's yellow. Aren't they all yellow? Or is there a part that's green only?
Yellow black. Yeah, yellow black I think covers everything. You're right.
Yeah,
Yellow,
I'm trying to think.
black.
Maybe
Yellow black covers
Valder. Do
everything.
you miss on Valder? Yeah, Valder's purple, yellow. Oh no, he's yellow. I'm stupid.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only thing that a yellow black boost would whiff on is the fact that the egg is green, and therefore you cannot play it if you have nothing but the egg.
Well, but you can use the new ones, the sprint dash. You don't care about the egg.
Okay, the trainings do help there in that case. Yes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, the egg is green, so now you just don't have it for free like that. That might be enough to kill that idea, because like oftentimes it's like, oh, that's like the worst feeling.
PKs in that case to help turn on the color for that.
Because that stopped Shine Gray for so long, like not having like an off color boost for your egg, or a boost on the off color of your egg. Or training, whatever. I don't remember which one.
I still think it would be nice if they got like their own, archetype specific search.
They really should.
Singularity of Chaos is also a mono white card, which is pretty awkward as well.
I think, I would not be surprised if, because I know I think it's the Royal Knight set, they announced that the Alphamon line will have Cody.
Oh yeah, they're getting Kota, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got something like Super Meat or whatever we just got this set, where it's just like white card searches for Chronicle or Excel, period. Just like group those two together.
Like two different things, so it would be. I guess I can see like
they came into the game together. They have the same like ideas behind them. I could see them just like giving one card to both of them.
No, the reason Giant Meat is involved with all of those archetypes because those are all the.
They're all fields, yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're all the pendulums, minus the Shambhala ones, which got their own. So I do feel like it depends on whether or not they want to continue supporting XL. I guess there's still like members of that specific VPET that are missing. Like, let's say maybe this is a stretch, but if say the X antibody sets that we're getting are focused on the Chronicles X storyline, that one had Grand Drac as like I guess like their first boss of that storyline. Yeah. And Grand Drac was, if I remember correctly, originated from XL as well. So in a roundabout way, maybe we might get like the Grand Drac as an XL line that might,
tie in with Chronicle.
Printing. I might incentivize them to also print a boost for them.
I guess we'll see. Anything's possible. I'm not like, sometimes it's just hard to predict things. It's like, what do I want to say? It's like if you guys play Final Fantasy 14, I think nowadays it's just like impossible to predict what the new classes are going to be. I mean, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want now. But that being said, I think
there's only one more table. Still going.
Oh, this table's got a 3-minute extension. That's why. But it looks like they're.
I see.
It's a TB versus 3 Muskets.
I'm interested in that.
Looks like 3 Muskets has the edge.
Someone told me that they would say that TB probably would beat up 3 Muskets, but I disagreed because I think 3 Muskets are just so fast and efficient compared to like even TB still can be, but like I think 3 Muskets is like on another level, especially if they see everything. I think
TB is still afraid of options and security, right? Like that's still terrifying, and we're gonna play. I think this is a Mataratsu. No, this is Susan. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna wipe the board. That's the one thing that TB will have over
Is it a ruin, not a premium ruin mode, but is it all Digimon? So even like, for example, like the on deletion of Lady Devi, is it?
Yeah, it is board wide, but it doesn't linger. It's
Yeah,
just
okay.
So it will prevent Lady Devi from popping off here, but it still only lasts for this turn. So they're going to be able to like
still play the game,
the board, swing, trash the security, gain a security, and then if in this instance, if the DSR player has either Louis or Titanmon Skullbaluki, they probably just still win the game here.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. We'll see. I mean, Susan heals you one, which is nice, right? I think Susan.
Oh, are they skipping it up? It looks like the next round is up, so it looks like someone.
I think they probably went to time. Yeah.
No, it's all green. They didn't tie here.
Oh, then they just gave the win, maybe.
The winner. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it looks like they just gave the win to the TB player here.
Really?
Probably because they didn't want to like declare a tie, because ties feel pretty bad.
Ties are losses. I try to tell people that all the time. Like, you got to get good at playing fast. We got Cygnus versus Don Sombrero. I don't think we watched either of these players yet.
Oh, I just noticed you hopped off the table one. All right, let me hop in there as well.
What are the rounds looking like? Are we getting around 4 or are we getting around 3?
We have 4 undefeateds, so we're gonna get
most likely
round 4. I look like round 4 is going to be the last round here. Yep. Round 4 is a hard cutoff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no ties, so no shenanigans where we end early, it looks like. It's just going to be, unless that does happen in either table 1 or 2. But, barring that, I think we're just going to see a clean 4-round event.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you're right. It's going to wrap up nicely. Not to be a negative Nancy, but it surprises me how players can't get a good camera angles. Current players are fine though. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate people just like doing their best. Like, I mean, this isn't a regional, and I think over time people have just gotten better at making camera setups in general. So we don't see it like egregious ones too often. But I think people just got better at it.
I think that sort of thing kind of just comes down to what you have available to you as ways to like get the camera setup going.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I had a really good solution with using my phone as a camera combined with one of those camera holder huge crane arms that I can position it just right for like a perfect angle.
Yeah.
But like, depending on what you're using as the camera, depending on what you have as like, if you don't want to like buy one of those Amazon crane arms, and those are typically for phones and not for webcams. It's like you don't always have like the way to perfectly set up things to have the perfect angle.
All the wires and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes people use their laptops, which means that could be really awkward.
Or people use their phones for Discord, so it gets even like rough there. All right, Sun Gods are hating us on this one, but I think it's going to be another Excel deck here on no, this is Going Dawn. I saw Leo and
Going Dawn versus Bears.
Going Dawn versus
so
Bears.
Not too much EX12 here that we've seen so far. I'm surprised not anyone has even attempted to try any of the new either ME or VB. I think those decks are really good, but I'm not surprised that people are willing to test TB.
All right, we do have a TB deck in table 2, but I'm gonna commit and stay here. Hopefully they win and we'll have a TB in the finals.
After all, we can. Yeah, the TB could potentially go to the finals. I'm down to see TB go to the finals.
Yeah, because I think of all the decks, that's the one I'm like, that one has the best chance of being meta relevant.
I can see that, but I'm also like, part of me is still maybe biased in favor of VB being that.
Okay.
Maybe I'm the only one who feels that way.
For me, the crutch for VB, I've said it a few times, but like the crutch is going to be, it just feels like if you see the field spell, you're going to have the games where you see the field spell and win, or you're going to have the games where you whiffed on field spell and never and just don't win. Kind of like Angels right now. And Angels is probably a top 5 deck. So to be fair,
But when Angels doesn't turn to OTK, I feel like that deck is like kind of dead in the water. It's like never doing anything relevant.
Yeah.
We kind of saw that I think round 1, where like Angels just clapped turn 2 and then game 3.
I've been saying that about Angels. That people are scared of that deck. People think it's like a problem, and it is a problem. That's for real. But I feel like it is a very all or nothing deck. If you don't turn to OTK, your game plans are very flimsy, and I feel like you immediately turn from like a top tier deck into like a tier 2, tier 3 deck the moment you aren't turned to OTK.
Yeah. No, after so many store regionals here in Florida, we also had the Kissimmee regional and other regionals. If people have talked to me about their experiences at this point, it's just like it's a very, everyone has the same story, and it's either Angels turn 2'd me and I lost, or they whiffed on the on the turn 2 and they won, right? Like that is how every Angels deck goes. There is no like, oh, this was a crazy grind. And I mean, I've seen crazy grinds from Angels before, for sure. Like obviously there was a store regional where Gio, a popular Florida judge, like took it with a crazy grind into Millennium on, but like those are very rare. I feel like most of the time if Angels doesn't turn 2, then it's
that's why I think Angels is a little overrated in a way.
I agree.
Because there's other decks in the format that have both, right? They can turn to OTK, but they have game plan even when they don't. I think this is part of the reason why PL Star is doing so well and why it's likely the best deck in the format is because it has both factors. They can turn to OTK, but it's not that frequent because it's a very big high roll. But then when they don't, they still are like making really efficient sixes that have blocker and counter timing. They have really good clear. They can play off an empty board very easily with their scope mons and Asuna effects. You know, they have a lot of gameplay that isn't just turn to OTKing, and they still can do that too on top of it.
All right, looks like Bears is gonna go. Ooh, we're throwing some tropical venom. That's fun.
Ooh.
But do we care? Is the next question. Like, I feel like your board is just perfectly set up as Glowing Dawn right now. Like you're guaranteed 4-5 memory next turn, regardless of what your opponent's doing.
Well, kind of if they go into Talisman, so it comes down to like whether or not they can deal with a Talisman.
Let's see. I think I'm inclined to believe they can deal with a Talisman, but you might be right.
That's what I'm thinking as well. I feel like in this position, that's the best you can ask for because it's not like Marsmon does anything here besides clear the body and does some checks.
D-Claws 303
in the first place because he swung here and he didn't even evolve.
Oh wow! Do we have like raid innately or something?
No, he didn't even raid. He just had to check that security.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Slam the Great Grizz. I don't hate this here. Yeah. It passes over a lot, but the Tropical Venom effect, I believe is lingering.
I think it does linger.
It might, in a way, trap the Gekomon in the back, right? So it's like if he moves up that Gekomon, it's like, uh-oh, now the Gekomon on board is going to swing and then be able to potentially pop both and cut off the opponent from actually making a play here. So I think this is in general very smart. This might be like his best possible play that holds off Glowing Dawn from just winning the game, moving out and winning the game here.
No, I'm inclined to agree. D-Claws 303. I would have won if I drawn Teapot.
Even
I
with
agree.
the memory gain off of Tropical Venom, there's potentially a line of play here where the Glowing Dawn player might just go, okay, I'm just gonna let you do your thing, right? Evolve for free,
block,
and then
lose to memory,
slime a body, and then do some Monarch Lizard shenanigans to whiteboard and do whatnot.
Oh, but we don't evolve into Callus either here.
Didn't evolve.
We're just missing our sixes.
He's either saving it because he knows that since the opponent didn't move up, there was no reason to, or he was bluffing the whole time and never had it.
I think we're bluffing. Like I feel like we go into Mars every time when we swing with Grap or any six.
Fair.
Really.
Maybe that's the case. Yeah, maybe he only does have Callus and he's thinking, I'll save the Callus for later. Like there's no reason to do so now if there's no other body to pop.
Yeah.
And there's if they can out it so easily, then it's like don't waste that resource. But yeah, if it was Mars, then yeah, I agree that you'd probably just go into it. Actually, no, because then it's like
I just don't like the idea of passing 7 memory.
For the Marsmon to do. So again, you just sort of save it for a moment where it actually does something.
I still feel like passing that much memory is a lot. Like Glowing Dawn's gonna be able to play the game pretty well here.
It is a lot, but I still think it's like maybe one of the better plays in this position. Because the best thing to do here is to try to stop the opponent from, you know,
all right, we're gonna use the Eclipse
and then just killing you. Because Glowing Dawn can very easily OTK with all those resources that they have right now.
Getting rid of the Grap Leo is interesting. But I guess the whole board is cleared regardless.
Yeah, the Grap Leo is probably the target over the Great Grizz. I think it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's popping both.
Yeah.
And now he has an Effect Immune. I mean, Effect Immune doesn't matter in this matchup because you just
punch it.
But he does have Barrier. He has Barrier and Retell. That's really scary for Bears.
All right, Agio to play what? What are we playing off of Agio? Dual Tamer. Okay, that makes sense. Are we going to Asuna too? We use up Asuna? Oh, we are.
I mean, we have a lot of bodies in the trash to play off of it.
Looks like it's going to be a Bearmon. The green Bearmon, I should say.
Nice.
I know, maybe Grizzly.
That's the thing I think about Digimon. He's gone from 4 security to 3, but I feel like in this matchup, that's not a difference at all. Like they kill just as easily from both.
I agree with you.
So it's like when I hear people say like they don't run Agio and say Volcanus because that they're afraid of going down a security, I'm just thinking
that matter
often is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things because it's like it doesn't change their kill line in a lot of matchups. And having that tamer is so important because it does so much for you. I imagine that's what the opponent is thinking here. Him getting that tamer out now at the start of turn means he'll gain that memory off of it immediately. On top of being able to potentially get a Paradise Coliseum for free here.
So we would.
Though in this position, he didn't suspend the double tamer. The Glowing Dawn player didn't suspend his double tamer, so I think Atratus is only 12k. So he can't play Marsmon off of the cost reduction.
Oh, true. And we don't activate Asuna. I would have liked to see activation of Asuna here, but
he's probably looking at his hand and thinking, whatever he plays off of it isn't going to do anything.
Another dual tamer. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, but here's the biggest problem is how he's going to survive the next turn. And considering how much he's just like looking at his hand and not doing anything, it sounds like he just doesn't have the
we're just passing
an out.
We're scooping.
Yeah, no, just scooping it up because he has no out for the
missing the sixes because I just feel like you still, no matter what, if you have Mars, you're going into Mars because that's 2 checks that are happening, right? You're going to clear the board, you're going to gain the 2 memory, and then you do 2 checks, right? Well, you trash 1 and then you do the actual Marsmon check. So you get that done, and then you have, because you go the Grap Evos for free, so you actually gain 2 memory on that play, and so you have a room to like potentially just like end the turn and choke your opponent to 1. Like giving your opponent 7 is a lot. Like on that board state, I mean, I guess they were going to 5 no matter what because of a memory setter plus dual tamer plus e-pulse. But I think they used every bit of the memory that they had.
If anything else, anything that very much shows that the Bears player just did not have a 6 and therefore did not have anything to do that turn.
I agree,
He tried to do a little bit of a bluff there, but it wasn't that good of a play in the grand scheme of things because he just had his board cleared and then the opponent just threatened lethal with a board they couldn't have out because it still had no 6s.
On rookie. Did we
We didn't. I don't think we mulliganed. We kept this hand. Interesting. We must
It could be a
have
scenario
something
where
we
his
really
only
want to
rookie
keep.
was like a taper or something, and so maybe he wanted to like, I don't know.
I feel like you
I mean,
always
I can
keep
see keeping a rookieless hand if you're opening up a lot of the
searchers,
stuff like that kind of searcher tamers and stuff.
I was gonna say, or like you have a tech card that like you really want to see. It's like,
oh yeah, I knew it. He did open taper, and he decided instead of evolving, he wanted a Hiroko for it so that he can just do extra searches.
proxy tournament and
TS
his
versus
TS.
Beat Break. This happens a lot, I feel like, in these tournaments. They advertise you can play the new set, and people just keep playing the
old
stuff.
And
you can proxy it, and people still want to continue to play the deck they've always have been. And I think it's not a surprise for EX Stuff in particular, because I think a lot of the decks that came out of this set are okay, but not like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to drop everything to play this new deck, right? Probably just still better off playing the decks I've always been. Will still likely, win the game. Okay, we got a Great Grizz play here, again locking the opponent off of moving up. This time we actually have the 6, so we can end on a Talisman.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to actually control board now.
Security to trash, but like it establishes the callus here.
I like it. It's like we're gonna just hard play Tamer, looking for pieces, looking for a way to. I mean, I think this is the setup they're always
just
looking
setting
for.
Up for the next turn. Like these Tamers are just he's gonna play a Tamer. It's gonna cost 3 effectively. Then the search, pick up some more resources for the next turn. Now the onus is on Bears to take this board and try to like cement their position.
How would you do that as
Bears? I feel like it's scary for the Glowing Dawn player to play another search rookie, because I think that could potentially put them in the same lock again, where if the Bears player has another Great Grizz, they're like, okay, now I can't move up again, because again, they're threatening a free Evo into a Mars or Callus to completely shut me out from moving out or raising. But he is also not moving out of the raising himself.
I kind of like,
he wants to hold on to the guy in the back for a
comeback play.
Yeah, he really needs it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think you promote here if you can help it. Like setting up things like I like the idea of setting up some Tamers, setting up some potential comeback play here, and saving that rookie in the back to answer what your opponent does. Because I don't think from 5, it's gonna be a little hard.
So now I can trigger Callus. So trash of security, which is a safe check. Doesn't have to worry about giving them extra resources out of security.
But we're gonna swing anyway,
which is not bad. He can swing that. He can swing the taper now that it has rush off of Paradise Coliseum.
It's true.
So we're getting.
Yeah, but it does.
Oh yeah, the effect is when attacking too. So now you can also stun a tamer.
Yeah, so you stun the triple tamer or the memory setter. I agree with that. Yeah.
So not bad, not bad. He's going to leave the taper up, or is he going to swing it for another free chip to try to set up for the lethal next turn, maybe?
We'll see.
I also can see just leaving it up so the opponent has like another body that they have to out to fully clear board. Even if it is a small one. I mean, I try to full clear both regardless, but still, yeah. Now they're leaving it up. Again, it's like, if you're not killing,
I understand.
Not swinging seems smart, because it's just, you dodge your opponent getting more free stuff. Like it could be another dual tamer that steals turn.
That was risky, but
set up the boost.
Never punished. I would have loved getting the double tamer down though, but because
yeah, I mean, we know he's running Ajomon, so that Bearmon in the back, if he has the Ajo, he could always just get the double tamer for free.
That's true. We'll see where we go. I now understand the reason why they say card game players don't read. Just reread a card and it changed my mind on it entirely. Man, I love reading. You're talking about the Chaos Dramon? I don't know. I still think Chaos Dramon's kind of mid. I'm not a fan. What you have an opinion on Chaos? Because I'm not a fan of it personally.
The new Chaos Dramon, the EX12 one.
The ultimate, the level 7 ultimate rare or whatever.
Yeah, it's all right. I think. I mean,
okay.
I feel like if you're playing ME, you're running it no matter what because it's your level 7 DNA.
Yeah, but you're not running. I don't think Machindra cares. You know, like maybe I'm crazy.
That's fair. Yeah, I would say that Machindra doesn't care. If you're playing pure machine, I don't think you care that much about the new Chaos Dramon. It is funny that it's a level 7 that you can then evolve back into a 6. And I've heard some people mention some wacky stuff that you can do with that.
That's true.
I think you're not never doing that. It's a 5-cost Evo.
Yeah. I mean, you get hard drop it
only ever
for
using that as a DNA
6 machines.
For like your Kapurimon traps in Metal Empire. And in that instance, it's more than good enough of a card. You know, you can still, it also your lethal enabler in Middle Empire because oftentimes your lethal is going to be.
It says higher or lower. It doesn't say higher. Sorry, I gotta correct this. It does not say higher or lower. That's not even true. As high or lower. Card game players really can't read. That's crazy. As high or as lower. Higher or lower would mean it just deletes whatever it wants. Like, that's very funny though.
As higher, it's probably meant to say as high or lower.
I think this is a friend of mine, so I can bully a little bit. I'm pretty sure they meant higher.
But it is as high or lower.
Yes. Yeah, which still means like, you know, you get to delete quite a bit with it. Since when you're DNAing, it's going to have like a billion sources and you Digivolve, so you can pop out a lot of things that aren't dual cards. All right, we're seeing Glowing Dawn do what we mentioned earlier. Atratus just clears both.
We're okay now because if they go into Atratus, like we're not getting OTK'd. We have 5 security. We're chilling. Still would have loved to see like
the in the back was smart because now we can just move up and do things.
Yeah, I still would have rather seen like some way to get a tamer on board, but we'll see.
He probably doesn't see the tamer. Like it would have been cool to like maybe if he like slammed it and then use that to play off either the in between or the Paradise Coliseum. But I have a feeling that if he had that, he would. Maybe because like him choking to 3 meant like, look, this Atratus ended the opponent at 1.
That's true.
1 memory, right? So like if he had 1 more memory, he could have been dead off the Atratus just getting to swing twice.
And what's cool here is we have another Tropical Venom, so that's an option. So it actually affects the Atratus, and then we can punch it. I mean, do we have barrier? I think we do have barrier, unfortunately. So that doesn't matter, but maybe it does, just off the back of like no retail this time, and we can just force them to trash security over and over again and see what happens.
It could be it. Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like it's not unless you're like actually killing them. Then, you know, just triggering barrier a bunch of times isn't super relevant here. But I'll have to wait and see.
This is table 1. Yeah. Table 2, we do have a Shambhala list. We have a TB deck playing it out right now. I actually don't know if they won or not, but I actually don't know the status of them at all. But yeah, we do have a lot of people. We had a lot of people play TB tonight. That was the only Shambhala list that people were running, but it was a good amount. Out of 16 players tonight, I think 4 people were on TB. So fairly popular so far.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I'm also not surprised not everyone's swapping over. Like you said, a lot of people just still don't like proxies. Like a lot of people like, they just want to play with the actual cardboard.
Especially if you don't have your own printer or like or you're worried about like the cost of ink because printer companies like to fleece you nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I still have an okay time with what's it called?
Oh?
Yeah, so we hard played the Dan and Kanan to I think force the Grappleos. Oh wait, no, we're Paradise Coliseum to play. Oh wow. We're to play the
Marsmon. Because the Grappleo is big enough to enable it.
Yeah, so we're gonna play Mars. I assume we tropicaled? I don't know if we tropicaled.
I don't see it in the trash, so you might not have tropicaled.
Okay, so
Wait, yeah.
Paradise Coliseum to go Mars. Mars is gonna swing its security.
He's going to activate the on play and the wind Digivolving to battle the Tridus twice. And then since he's attacking with a 13k or higher, he can also then trigger Grapleo to evolve again. And maybe just
I think we're swinging security.
Continue battle until he can no longer barrier and out this thing. I think that's what he's going for here. He also gets the trash security off of the Marsmon effect, it looks like. That's probably what happened there. Yeah, and as there's another Marsmon, so he can battle again.
Battle again to trash security, but... Oh, yeah, wait, but we battle and then Atreides dies. Because we battle, we win the battle, right? And I think our trash triggers first, right? Yeah.
Yeah, either way, yeah. He should be able to trash all of his security and then delete the Atreides because he has 2 battles off of Mars. And then because of all that, he's still swinging in the middle of a swing, so that's a swing for game.
Yeah.
Nice, good play.
Yeah, that was sick. But they didn't win the game, right? Wait,
all those
did they win the game?
Like, I feel like at that point, like if you aren't realizing, you should probably like just let the Atreides go.
You don't win the game, right?
Dead.
No, we just scooped
because he's swinging.
Oh, you're right. It is mid swing. No, never mind. You're right. It is mid swing.
Yeah, it's mid swing. He trashed all of their security, and then it's game.
Oh wow. Yeah, because of the bear. Oh my god, that's so confusing. Okay, we got that. Yeah, but we got there. That the first Marsmon is still swinging through all of that, so they won. That's crazy.
Yeah. He had like 3 battle effects there. 2 off the Marsmon because it's on play and when attacking. And then the one from the one he evolved off of the Grapleo. And since the first one triggered also winning a battle trash security, he just had no more security. He just lost all his security and his body, so he can't no blocks.
That's crazy. That's so much to keep track of. Jesus, the Bears. That's so funny.
He really went for the Hokuto Ken, you're already dead.
Yeah, basically.
1,000 punches.
So we trapped them too. Did we trash? Was there a barrier? We trashed during a barrier, I think.
Yeah, I believe
one of them had to be a barrier to do that, right? So we kind of misplayed.
One barrier, plus the trash from Mars, plus the second battle, which then I imagine he barriered, and then the third battle deleted for real. I feel like at some point he had to just let it go so he didn't immediately die there. He should have just not barriered.
Yeah.
Because then at least you'd be alive. Because if you just let it go, he trashes one and then does one check, and then that's it.
Ooh, again, no mulligan into just a. I guess we found that we had the boost in the hand, so it finds the rookie anyway. But a lot of these players keeping their first hands. I'm not seeing these guys mulligan. Asuna probably pitch a full.
Is it a time issue? How much time do we have left? 22 minutes now.
We got plenty of time. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you mulliganing can be a bit of a catch-22 because if you have a hand that's like, oh, it
almost
rookie,
playable,
it has a lot of search.
Yeah.
You'd hate to like mulligan it and then go
get a way worse hand.
This is even worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like all 5s and above or something.
No, yeah, you're right. So TB is the popular deck for EX12. Thought it might be Virus Busters because you know Omni.
OTK, you're okay with like losing a turn to like dig for your rookie.
Yeah. I thought it might be. I think Virus Busters is gonna be popular, but
depends on how many people believe in it. I believe in it. I feel like he'll do okay.
All right, we're confirming. Are you playing it Monday then? Huh? No?
Really?
Maybe. Remember, Tessero does, my co-host here, Tessero does stream on Twitch and YouTube, right? So you should catch them on Monday. I don't get to stream Eagle's Nest anymore on Mondays, you still stream your runs every time, right?
Yeah. I took a break off this week, but this Sunday is the finals. I'll be streaming that. This last Monday I took a break, but I actually hopped on Curious City's stream to be her co-host.
Oh yeah, because this Monday was the triple box.
Fun. Yeah. It was also LCQ, which is why I didn't play. I didn't want to like step on anyone's toes who was trying to like qualify for the season finals.
Yeah.
And ironically, it was a bunch of the top players were a bunch of people who already did qualify. So it's like, damn, I feel like I did that for nothing because everybody else decided to play regardless.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, heads up to you for trying to think about the people.
And today I just sort of woke up late and didn't feel like playing. I was going to, but like I just woke up late and just didn't. I was just like,
That's fair.
Not enough coffee in the system yet. And you know what? I have a good time doing these co-host streams. You know, I had a really good time with Curious City on Monday. I'm having a really good time with you.
Thank you.
I'd love to do this a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, commentating's fun. I have the unique privilege of like, because like I think people like you and Marshmallow Ruffian and like a lot of Monfusion, like a lot of you guys have the same problem, or V Passion even. A lot of you guys have the same issue of like you'd rather like you miss playing if you commentate too much, or like you would rather a lot of the times you would just rather play than commentate. Where I have the opposite. Every time if I had the choice, I would commentate over play.
Yeah. I think there was like a solid month or two where my streams were almost entirely just commentary streams. And I think the thing I found was that when I did that too much, I felt like I fell behind
on
in
how to
like
play.
What's going on in the meta. So I was on a lot more instances where it's like, okay, what does that card do again? What does that card do again? A lot more. And now that I've had much more of a period of playing, going back to commentary, I can follow the gameplay a lot more because I'm much more familiar with the meta. So for me, I kind of have to have that balance of going back and forth.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect that. It's like we are going to swing Muramasa 2 checks. This is not the OTK because you need to go into Habakiri for the OTK.
This could be an OTK. This is, I believe, the Alliance. So this is going to be 3 checks. Then you can unsuspend to do 2 checks, and then level 5 on play use.
Oh, true. Okay.
Use Monarch Lizard could just be lethal here if he has all those pieces. This is one of the classic OTKs. They have 2 style OTKs. First one is this one, where you do 5 checks with Atritus and then end on a rush body. And the other one, of course, is Habakiri.
We're going for the second swing.
Yep. And he has 1 source left over, so you can do the thing. Oh, he hit a 13K on his second swing, and he's only 12 because he didn't suspend his tamer.
Do we have barrier? We don't have barrier. Yeah, we're dead. Ooh.
Barrier.
Yeah, no, it was green. It was green level 4s and 3s.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Actually, that cuts him off.
Dang.
Looks like he might have like messed lethal just for that. He might have been thinking either he forgot to tap that tamer, or maybe he was thinking of
saving it for something else. Maybe
not doing it. No, it's not saving it, not doing it to not turn on Marsmon.
Oh, true. But
I guess if you're going to OTK, then you don't care regardless. Maybe he was just like, I don't know.
He probably just forgot, didn't consider it. Yeah, probably just a hiccup in
gameplay. He was going
gameplay.
through the motions and then like realized, oh wait, I forgot to do this one crucial step that saves me from dying to level 6 in security.
Tapio is going to grab 2 cards. This is all before promoting.
And it's all before drawing for turn even.
Yeah, that too.
So there's a lot of hand resources here.
Not going for the AGO again, going for more surging. So I think we're just like trying to dig for cards in hand. We're at 4 memory. That's pretty good.
I mean, in this position, right? You're staring down a body on board and you only have 1 security left. You're going to have to do something, right? You're in a
both bears
scenario, more or less.
So both bears start of main phase trigger.
There's only 1 start of main phase. The green bear only has the if you would evolve reduced by 1.
Right. So we go into Grizzly for free.
Grizzly for free, yep. Gain DP, gain rush, or gain raid, I believe.
Can it give it to other things? Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. You can give it.
I believe it can give it to others, to any animal, I believe. Animal / TS.
Gonna go into Black Grizzly.
For 1, which is the 1 cost Evo, or cost reduction. That can also give something plus DP until end of opponent's turn.
Is Leo give barrier? It does, right? Yeah, it definitely gives barrier.
Yes,
so you can't just swing into this cougar.
I guess you can swing into Cougar. You still win battle, and then that's still the biggest change about green. That is like putting green on the map. Instead of having to delete the body, you just all you have to do is win the battle. It's so huge for them.
It's nice. I feel like green needed that for a while because green as a color was just it was just falling behind because it didn't have like anything unique to it.
You just wouldn't get its effects, bro. Like, God, it's so frustrating. Like if you all the way to beat green was just not play the board. It was awful.
On its own doesn't do anything. You can suspend to battle things, but other colors could battle. You can suspend to stun things, but other colors could stun. So now they finally have like a unique thing to them.
Did we not get a 6 again?
Ooh, yeah. I wonder if that's what happened.
There's no way with all the boosts and stuff you don't go for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why he probably was doing all that dig off of his effects instead of playing the AJ that you mentioned. Is that he's struggling to find something that he needs here.
Do you have a?
We need to find is that like he's just doing it. Maybe he's just doing that for the draws, and then maybe he's gonna do. Like he can save that effect for like, it's like all turns.
But 2 of them were into like we have 2 calluses and trash.
I mean, because we peaked it. The last check is also a Marsmon. I was also thinking like maybe he's doing it strategically. Like maybe he's going to go into another Graplio and then swing another 13k and then trigger both at the same time or something to do some wacky play like he did last game.
All right, so we did taunt the Cougar, but it does have barrier, but it keeps us safe.
Yeah, but does that trigger off of winning battle or is it deleting by battle? Let me
it's trigger. I think it's all winning battles. Yeah.
You can never know because sometimes they go back to.
That's true. You're not wrong.
Okay, it is wins battle. It feels like there's still some modern cards that still specify having to delete.
No, you're not wrong. I definitely think some of the recent green cards were. I think they were Shambhala cards.
Great,
but you're definitely not wrong.
Still delete by battle to trash security. So like that's one that's an example of that stays old school. But he let that one go. Maybe he learned his lesson to like not trigger barrier too much and then lose the game for it. Or maybe because he's like, he doesn't care for that body regardless.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of safe here, right? Because we can't just like, we can play a 5 to like go into a Tratus or Habakiri, but regardless, we don't lose this turn. So we're chilling. Play for 4. Because now I don't see how we like Monarch Lizard.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if that could potentially spell the end of the game. Actually, I don't think he has enough memory. Yeah, he can
I was gonna say I don't think we
into
do.
This gain rush, but he would need an unsuspend for that to be lethal. Unless he does the play we were talking about earlier, where he's gonna go for like the last security check here, and then do like the whole slam level 5 activate effect to do another Monarch Lizard. That could be a thing he has to get lethal from this position.
You're right. To tuck 2 cards underneath.
Yep. We can battle something here. Is this a 13? Hold on. I think maybe Art's Evoing here might have been a mistake because now he's swinging with a. No, wait, no, it's not. It's not because he declared the attack as the level 4 and then evolved into the guy. So you don't even get to do the Graplio effect here.
Yep.
Oh, he attacked into Great Grizz, and okay, so you get to clear both bodies this way. Attack into the Great Grizz, battle the other body.
I think we just have it. Which would mean Glowing Dawn wins. No, we're gonna did you what?
What the that's you can't evolve a 5 over a 5, brother. I think he meant to go into a different card.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the starter deck one. He can slam that one. I mean, but again, that only it works out here if he has another Monarch Lizard in hand. Again, if he slams that card, uses it to play the Monarch Lizard effect, he would win.
Yep.
But I don't. It looks like he doesn't have it. He needs another. He doesn't have another Monarch Lizard dual card in hand. Ooh, I wonder if that might spell doom.
I don't think so. I think with 2 security,
no,
we're
we
pretty
could,
comfortable.
right? Because we could go swing the taper, bring it on to 1 security, and then if you can then go like Dan Cannon effect, play Paradise Coliseum, and then make that Marsmon swing with Rush.
I don't think you can play the Marsmon there.
By deleting.
Can you play the Marsmon in that position?
Right.
I don't think you can. Yeah, because you'd have to pass over 3. Yeah, and there's no 13k body. Yeah,
there's no 13ks on board. I forgot. There's no 13ks because the Monarch was the Last Judgment was errata. The 5k isn't until the opponent's turn. So this thing is like 11k at best.
Mm-hmm. I think it's only 10 right now.
The Dual Tamer is suspended. That gives us 3k.
So is it 3? So 11. My bad.
Yeah, so it should be 11. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof. Dang, I almost saw a lethal line, but I forgot that he needed a 13k on board for that to work. Mm-hmm. I got excited. I think it was being a little bit of
No. It were like if this was a level 6, you're completely right. But I think the crux is that like this is just another game, kind of like similar to game 1, where like we saw that like they just can't get together at 6 in hand. Like it's just. It is, and this is why I think the Pheromon. I love Pheromon and Vulcan. I know it's a little less good in this deck because the Callus is purple. Or no, it can't pick up. It can only Pheera can only pick up dual red.
It can only pick up red or blue cards.
Mm-hmm. But like, so still picking up a Mars like is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzly is going to swing. We're not bigger. We're only 4k. We're gonna Tropical Venom. Are we bigger?
4+3, so we're like 7k. Tropical Venom, but he can't. He's not big enough even at 7k to attack over an 11.
Do you just go Great Grizzly and then
No, he's swinging for some reason.
Okay.
At security.
E-Pulse.
He hits E-Pulse, which could end his turn if he has the Tamer.
And he does. That's it. Does.
Rip. Yep. Glowing Dawn takes it.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna scoop it there. Oh, that's rough. What was the last security? It was like another Monarch.
2 games in a row where Bears could have had a game, but like they just couldn't find their 6s.
Mm-hmm. That's so rough. And it's not like you play a low amount of 6s, right? You're playing like at minimum 3 of each. Yeah. At minimum.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you've been around this game long enough. That's like 6 6s is like the classic ratio.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway, let's see if Table 2 is still playing.
And it still sucks to, I mean, even running 6 of them, it's like it sucks to have like 2 of them stuck in security. And then he went into a few of them and then they got outed. So you're kind of down to like having to dig for like maybe your 1 or last 2 left in deck.
Right, so Table 2's done. Nice. I don't know who won.
So we get to watch TB for the last round.
Oh, we do? Oh, that's going to be nice. And then with that, we're going to watch some TB now. How about that?
Oh, true. There's another one. And no one that plays today wanted to try ME or VB today.
I guess not.
They're solid.
I guess
maybe I'm overrating them because of my own.
I don't think so. I think you have good instincts. I think like,
there happens a lot where people like get like specific like opinions on the game because of their own personal testing, which may not like fully reflect like the reality of things because it's like it's only just that specific subset of the data.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I mean, I think you have good instincts. I think there is a little bit of Amaterasu was a popular Digimon going in. Like once it was revealed, it's a new Digimon versus everything else. Like is kind of like I don't know the new Sentry guys are kind of like I guess. But Amaterasu's brand new plus like waifu Digimon, right? And then on top of that,
it's also really straightforward. This is like a very straightforward deck to play. You just climb up the line, you swing, you go
trash, and then
you go to 6, and then it's a deck that requires very little setup because you just go up the line and then go off. Right? That's probably like maybe like one of the real advantages of the deck is that it's so. I don't want to call it basic, but that's the kind of the word I have in mind. It's kind of one of those things
simplified.
Like, I've seen a lot of my friends test it and then they're like, you like this deck. And I'm like, I don't feel like playing it because I can already tell what it'll play like just from watching it because the the plays are so
I think it has room
linear,
to
it feels
be.
like.
I think it has room to be one of those like easy to pick, hard to master decks, right? Like I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of micro routes in the deck to where like, oh, you can get 2 more draws or 2 more searches if you do this more efficient route, or you know,
Yeah.
things like that, or have a bigger board if you do modify the route this way. And like it has the potential to do that, but in general I think I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah. Maybe I think it's just my taste got like warped into like preferring decks with a lot of crazy sequencing. You know, I used to play a lot of loop decks. I currently play BL Star. There's
Right.
a lot of like sequencing in those decks, and
No, for sure.
you know that's where my taste is like sort of ended up. So now I'm like looking at a deck like TB, which doesn't do that much. Doesn't do all that too much.
Mhm.
It's very just a lot more straightforward comparatively, and I'm like feeling a little like I don't know. It's like
I think
not
I
as
think it has a
interesting
lot
to
of
me.
deck building to it too, right? Because like, there's no way you're running every single 4 they give you. There's no way you're running like, I guess you run every rookie they give you, but I think there's
You got to
room.
run everything. You just it's figuring out the ratios.
Mhm.
You kind of want to run as many unique names as possible because
You want the colors. You
Susan-
want the Susan Turbo. Yeah.
you know, Susan is like your assembly has to be a unique names, so you got to run as many unique names as possible. But just figuring out the ratios. But I think that part is, you know, it shouldn't take. I don't think it would take players too long to figure out the optimal ones. I feel like the draw discard effects are ideal because they help you set up for helps you cycle, helps you set up the trash.
Mhm.
I feel like Shishima is obviously the best 5 of the bunch because of the cost reduction.
I like Marine
But,
Bull.
like, I can
I was gonna say. I was about to say.
I can
like,
see
that
I can
kinda-
see where Marine Bull comes up.
Mhm.
But like you're in today's state of the game, I think you
You want to be swinging.
want as much cost efficiency and cost reduction as possible, and only Shishima can of the 5s provides that.
Did we not pierce? For the Habakiri, do we have piercing? I guess the Gekomon gives piercing.
Gekimon does give piercing.
Did we swing into something?
I was too busy.
We did a
yapping
check. I know we did a
to
check.
completely follow what was happening in the deck.
Oh, there.
in the
Here's
game, my bad.
the. I don't know. I guess we'll
Okay,
see.
we're resolving stuff, and then we're gonna do the check, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I see a Kali on the board now. That could complicate things because now retail is now a factor.
And
Everything
blocker.
here now has blocker retail.
Mhm. Blocker retail's nasty. The fact that I gave that. Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. Blocker retail seems strong, but it feels like there's a lot of decks before that gave it. Like this feels very analogous to Ghost because Ghost is a very similar thing where they swing, execute, and then spawn a bunch of blocker retails.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe with the way that Kaguya does it, it might be more effective than Ghost ever did it. But like, ooh, did he
Yeah.
already use his protection effect earlier, so he had to lose it to the retail this time? That's
He
kind of
must have.
unfortunate. But yeah, maybe all the times where I think of blocker retail not working out, there was a lot of ways to play around it. Maybe the current meta doesn't have as many ways to
Mm-hmm.
to deal with a Kaguya on board with like 4 bodies that were given blocker retail off of it. Are you really doing that? Or you're gonna just use Last Judgment to make the Kirope swing as like a 6K or a 7K?
We
It's
blocked
just gonna
that
get blocked by
too.
the
Get out of
Kaguya.
here. Oh no, we're gonna let it through.
It doesn't have retail. They can just block it with the Kaguya.
Yeah. Shishima,
No,
that does
Orange
die.
is just letting it through because he's like he doesn't care. It's a 7K anyway.
I do like the fact that they have analog youth in the list. I know you want to run as many
Yeah.
TV cards as possible, so it can be kind of awkward to run analog youth, but I like it. I definitely I kind of foresee myself putting an analog youth in the deck to see how much it helps me versus hurts me.
I think it's optimal. Not only does it get cards in trash to help the see assembly,
But then
you're an
execute.
deck.
Yeah.
Execute plus analog youth is classic. It's
Mhm. No,
like-
for sure. All right, we're gonna
and it's a
attack with
generic search,
Ryugu.
helps you find your pieces. I think it's like everything about it is like stuff that you like for this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Could also help you maintain tempo too, because if you can keep turn off of it and then be able to hatch in
Hatch
the
in the
back and
back,
then set up your next stack, that's like chef's kiss. That would be
Oh my
like,
god! Don't bring me back. Don't bring
like
me
the
back
thing
to
that
my
you'd love to
ancient
see the
Garu days,
most.
dude. You can't do that to me. Not in. We're live, man.
Okay, zooming into security, getting all the security down, seeing some e-pulses, but that's probably not going to steal enough memory for it to matter. Once one more body gets the sling here, probably the
yeah,
Kaguya,
I'm just gonna see Susan.
it's going to be Susan slam to be lethal.
I'm sure we have enough names.
That's a lot of cards in trash. It should be more than enough, yeah.
So in Kaguya, even if we get another memory here, we're still safe because we're at 2 memory. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, it's not a memory. It's ooh, but we get our on deletion. That's even. Oh wait, no, we're not even gonna bother.
On deletion is bottom deck of bottom deck.
Oh right, we don't get to play. We don't get to play a guy. My bad.
Yeah. So here comes Susan.
I think we showed the Susan. Yeah.
I saw the Susan in his hand. They're just scooping it up at this point.
Fair enough. And I assume at this point both this was the full best of 3. It does look like, yeah, they're wrapping up. So this was the full best of 3. So we are going to go into our final round here soon, where it's going to be another Glowing Dawn versus TB. So we'll get to see how TB plays the game fully. If you guys haven't seen that yet,
I mean, who knows? If TB wins today, maybe I've been saying that this deck looks okay, but not like it's going to like be like a super huge meta threat. Like it's not going to be like tier 1 or anything. Maybe I could get proven wrong today, you know? Or it could just be like, because it's the first event, the people we aren't
sleeping on it or like don't know what to do against it. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like say that these players are like, you know, I don't want to like say anything against these players. But, like,
a good player can get caught,
like,
Tessero, is what I'd like to say.
Yeah. Maybe they're under practiced against this matchup, and it could just be like this like will win in this early stage, and then once people get used to it, it's going to be like a non-factor.
Yeah. It has AoE removal and floating. It's very cool. It is pretty cool. No, I do like I said, this is the deck that I'm building. Like I'm not super convinced it's gonna like win regionals and stuff. We'll see on that. That's the jury's out on that, but I definitely think it's good enough to take to locals and win.
I think it's in a stage where it's not a win regionals deck, but you can get top 16 and get your invite off of it.
Or win locals. And so like honestly, like for most, like there's 58 of you watching right now. Thank you very much. But I feel like for most people, as long as your deck can win locals, you're fine. Like the amount of people, which is a different conversation we need to have, chat, at one point, but like the amount compared to the amount of people actually going to big regionals and stuff, like realistically, most people all you need is a deck that's going to win locals and you're chilling. Unfortunately, regional attendance has been pretty bad.
Locals, if you're having fun with it, I think that's good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Like for me, I thought Volcanus was going to be that for me. Was like a deck that like, you know what, it's not going to win anything, but it could win locals. But like I think even when I was believing them in Volcanus, it surprised how well it did in the meta in general. It has a lot of tops actually.
So sure players are getting, looks like, let's see if there's any other tables going around.
4 is still playing, it looks like. They're probably in the middle of game 3 or something.
Who's playing? What is that? It's another TB. It's actually a TV mirror. That's funny.
That is funny. Yeah, TB really did end up being like the one deck people wanted to test today.
Most of the regionals are in Central Florida or Central US or Florida. I would love to have gone up in the Northeast. Yeah, Northeast is still the one region that just refuses to have a I say refuses as if it's a choice, but like just doesn't get anything. Like the best you guys get is like Virginia.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
like Virginia to like the Midwest is usually as north or east as we go, and it's like there just hasn't been one in Jersey or New York at all, which is crazy to me. Like there's some like boony places in New York City or in New York, the state, that like would love to have like would be pretty easy to host a regional. Like I don't know, like I don't know, where's that Millennium Games place at? Like Rochester. Like you could have a regional in Rochester. I feel like maybe that's not good enough for Northeast, but it's better than nothing.
Maybe there's not a TO or event that reached out to Bandai yet.
That's also very possible, yeah.
That's in that area. Might have to like maybe if you're in that area and like an organizer that could potentially host a game for them, you should probably like, I guess, lobby for it, I guess. Yeah. If that's the right word.
No, lobby is a word for it, yeah, for sure. I wouldn't say it's a wrong word.
Just like, let them know that there's interest for that sort of thing from them.
Yeah.
And then it'd be up to those TOs, I guess, to contact Bandai to. I wonder how it is because I'm not a TO or anything. Is it like is it Bandai contacting TOs to set up events, or is it a TO contacting Bandai to?
I think it's a little bit of both, events? Honestly. I'm not sure. I know like for a long time it was like, I know here in Florida Versus Games was trying for a long time to get it, and there's another local card shop here in Orlando that also for a long time has been trying to get regional events and stuff hosted, but it's it's just like a long, I don't know what the process is.
So so it depends on like if those TOs in the Northeast are like reaching out to Bandai, and if they already are, then it's like Bandai needs to like start listening.
I agree. So I think both these players wrapped up this game. I got to show you like the last 2 seconds of it, maybe, but
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like the end of the round, just about. So we weren't going to catch much besides the end anyway.
I'll just.
It was a good indication of how soon we was till we get to watch the final round here. We get to finally watch who wins between TB and Glowing Dawn for today's event.
Yeah. So slowly but surely we'll get there. When's your guys' finals? Is that Sunday or is it Saturday?
It should be Sunday. I just signed up for it. Okay. They just dropped the link. Sunday at it's gonna be 8:30 a.m. for me, which is not too bad. We had to figure out a time that worked good for people who are both in the East and the West Coast, unfortunately, which is a little awkward, but
it's forever a curse of ours. Like people will never understand the struggle of having to manage a 3-hour time differential.
Yeah. I think it's not the worst. I think I can wake up at 8:30. If it was at 7, then I would be like dead. And I feel like, and everybody else that was in the West Coast were basically saying the same thing. So 8:30.
Where are you? Are you California? Are you West Coast? East Coast?
Yeah, California. Yeah, West Coast. I think it's me. V Passion is also in the state. Who else? At least one other person was mentioning that they did not want to wake up at 7 for this. Marshmallow Ruffian. Yep.
That makes sense.
So maybe close to half of us are going to be waking up early for this. As depending on if you count 8:30 as early. For Sunday, it is. It's a Sunday. You'd like to be able to sleep in, right?
No, I agree. Oh boy, do I love sleeping in. All right, we got one player who's the sun god is really going to be an unfortunate sight to see on those digi eggs, and then we got another player that could probably afford a little bit more lighting, I will admit, but it is going to be TB here at the bottom. Oh wait.
I think it's the TB players playing as a Medusa mat, and I feel like that makes sense because Amaterasu is very Medusa coded in its effects.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna see
the deletion and bottom decking.
Yeah, we got TB versus. It's gonna be TB versus Beat Break here. I'm gonna start with a Hani into a Analog Youth, which is a nice stop at 2, which is gonna be nice.
It's
Any
solid.
team. Mm-hmm.
I don't hate this kind of play, but I do think it's a little awkward because Analog Youth is great, but I've always said before that like, oh yeah, if there's like you have to have a specific deck to utilize it because the fact that its memory isn't immediate, unlike something like a boost or a training, could mean that you do get choked in a way that you could still like be unable to play the game, right? Like if the I'm trying to word it right. If say the going down player choked them to 1 and put up something on the board they needed out, they might have been screwed because they can't like go into level 4 into Shishima because they'd be on 1.
Mm-hmm. No,
but obviously in this scenario, that's not what happened because Glowing Dawn had to do their own setup turn to get their tamers out and such. So that's not going to be a factor. But that's the thing I think about when it makes me scared about running Analog Youth sometimes is that like in a climb deck, Analog can feel very...
That was my
issue. Like
that was my issue with Adventure for a long time. I hated that the Adventure teamers only gained you the memory if you had the Digimon, not your opponent like so many others. So like you didn't get the memory when you needed it, it felt like most of the time. Like
I mean, in that deck, you have a lot of flexible plays. You can just slam a 4, slam a 5, and do your plays. So at least you're not cutting off being able to play the game entirely. And I think that's like the big thing is like being cut off from being able to like make any substantial plays because you can't climb up into a level that matters.
So we did go into Amaterasu.
The Gecko here.
Yeah, and into Execute as well, I believe. So this is an Execute play, and it's a choke to 1. So we're actually going to do exactly what you talked about, where we are going to kick back the turn. As long as we don't hit a memory. Which
we didn't hit the memory, so it's gonna happen too. Yep. And now he gets to evolve in the back. He gets to use Haniwa to cycle some more cards. Help him get into the position where he could potentially do Susan stuff.
The Amaterasu also comes in.
Oh yeah, don't forget Amaterasu gets to grab back a card, play out of 5. Ascend is huge, I think, here because it's
so good.
It's going to be so much harder to OTK from 6 compared to 5, which will stall up the game long enough.
And since you played a 5, you can now just like Digivolve Kaguya here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just Digivolve a Kaguya here, play another level 5 play cost or lower, make the board wide, and now you have blocker, Retao, Fortitude, which like there's no Digivolve that I'm aware of in is there I think maybe actually no, the black line.
Monarch Blizzard has DDG.
Yeah, you're right, sorry.
And I think even then, Atreides deals with this fairly well because bottom decking off of the Eclipse Impact should be able to deal with the Kaguya without triggering Fortitude.
But these are specific lines we got to have. I mean, we're at 5? Oh, because of the mem boost.
Yeah. We cracked the Glowing Dawn boost to get to 5. We got to use Gecko to search some more and get more sources underneath Tomoro. Ooh, but he's not moving up. Or not evolving up. He has to like E-pulse for the Cougar, which might signal to me that he has no 4s. So you have to like play one from the trash to even get anything done here.
Did you have a Monarch for 1?
For 1, yeah, because of the Cougar effect to reduce the Evo cost. He has to trash a source to do so, which he's doing. He's probably counting sources to see if he has enough to do everything he wants to do, because if he's using that to... what is he using that for? You pay another? Okay, so now he can... Now he can use Monarch Lizard. Maybe he's going to do the Monarch Lizard for the Atreides in this position, which is not a bad play because there's no option removal in TB. It's one of the things that I thought would hinder TB a bit more was the fact that the lack of option removal could mean that they could struggle into these new decks that have so much Digimon protection.
Yeah.
So this is going to be suspend and bottom deck the Kaguya, so no Fortitude. Evolve and then gets to delete. It's delete lowest, so it's going to delete Hani.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but with Execute letting you attack unsuspended Digimon is probably a great answer to a lot of
things.
Fair, but we do have barrier, so we're not going to lose the
We're
value
not
for it.
losing to that for sure. Yeah. What do we do? What does the Shellmon do for us? I don't think it does anything for us right now. It's
Here's
just
where
it's a
that choking is going to
blocker.
matter here.
Mm-hmm.
Where that analog youth is might not going to be good enough unless he's specifically. Even then, Shishima isn't going to be enough, right? Because Shishima is when security is removed, so he's going to have to. Oh yeah, he can't even evolve Shishima over Sheldon and execute because that's the execute is attached to the egg.
Mm-hmm.
His best bet here is to like, I guess, try to get these cards in trash so that he can
execute.
I don't know, potentially slam a Susan.
Yeah, I don't know
if you swing Hanima here for that case, because like you already have Hanima or Haniwa in the trash, so he doesn't even contribute to the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you'd have to swing the Shellmon to accomplish that part, because you don't have a Shellmon in trash already. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With Shellmon, I think that should be 8, and then you can do it. So swinging Haniwa doesn't really do anything unless he's trying to like bait a block or something.
We are gonna block.
Maybe that is the case. Maybe he's trying to bait the block so that he can. No, but you have execute. You can swing over that regardless. Or maybe he's trying to get around it. Maybe he wants to swing security instead of the Atratus because he knows his barrier is going to make swinging into it irrelevant.
Swing shell. 4K to 5K. I think we needed that shell in trash.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, yeah. Maybe the smart play here would have been to bait the block so that the Shellmon could swing into the Atratus and guaranteed it goes to the trash so that you have
the extra
assembly
source
targets. Yes.
But yeah.
In that case, swinging security might have been a whiff here. Unless he just does, maybe he's thinking something else. Maybe he's just trying to get checks in whatever he can get because he doesn't have plays. He's just trying to chip the opponent down as much as possible to set up for future Susan plays.
We'll have to see.
But you're staring down a board of Atratus plus Gecko. You could just be dead here if you don't like do something. Even then, I don't think Susan clears because of the effect immunity. Okay, that could be relevant.
Marine Bull.
Let me double check. Is Marine Bull a stun?
I think Marine Bull is a stun. By placing 1 level 6 or lower Aqua from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digivolution cards. No, it's not the stun. The stun is the Shellmon, I think.
Ryugu, that was the stun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shellmon's the stun.
Perfect. That could have been the Atratus. Well, you didn't have the means to go into it because of the choke.
But now we have.
I was complaining about with analog came to pass.
But now we have at least a body with decode. So if we do remove it, we can.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. If he swings, he pops the Ryugu. Ryugu can spit out the Shellmon, and the Shellmon is a blocker.
Mm-hmm. Shellmon's a blocker, and then can
have piercing on him.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's good enough. We'll see.
Yeah, Ryugu is the stun.
Also Shell is the stun, but it has to have 2 or less, or was it 1 or less, or 2 or less? Within one of their Digimon with 1 or fewer sources, so it wouldn't have worked on Atratus. So you're right, it is just purely.
Actually, it would have been immune to it anyway. So since it's a Digimon effect,
it would have lingered, right?
I mean, if he pops decodes, it's not going to linger long enough. He's going to get the immunity first, and then the stun wears off the moment his turn ends.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. I meant like I think we're talking 2 different turn orders. We are going to play Cougar, use Monarch. Oof, this is going to be tough.
Interesting.
That's going to be the Digivolve, I think.
I'm surprised he didn't swing the Atratus to get the immunity here, at the very least. Because if he doesn't... Okay.
We make it.
the Atratus.
Mm-hmm.
For the swing.
Mm-hmm. So
doesn't give pierce. So there's still not going to be a piercing involved here. But the Sec Plus and the 5k DP is likely relevant here. Like it will prevent him from dying to security. Oh, he has barrier. Oh, he gets to do. Oh yeah, that's why he played the 4. He gets to do this. He gets to Monarch give the stats and swing to. Or he can give the stats to whoever he wants. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it has to be whatever he swings with. So you're giving the stats and swing to the Atratus, and then he gets the Arts Evo, so that he can on top of that get a Digivolve to then play around the Decode. Yeah, because both when Digivolving should get the trigger, or the when Digivolving and the when attacking trigger at the same time in this scenario. So he gets the Digi first.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can even battle that if he wants to instead of using the Atratus pop, but, doesn't matter.
Well, we do have more names in trash. Maybe that's
3 checks with the Atratus.
1, 2. Dang. Security not helping.
Yeah, and we should have remembered that it's Amaterasu also at the top of security because of the Ascension, so the 5k DP is relevant for that as well. Doesn't have the barrier. Just using barrier here.
Barrier would have lost you the game, scary. I think. Yeah.
Not necessarily, because sure you go down to 1 security, so you're dead to a Susanoo, but your Atratus won't die to the Susan, so you can still block it to keep yourself alive for a turn.
But you would lose a lot of board pressure.
It's not relevant here because he has the guy in the back.
No, that's fair. I'll just rebuild. We're gonna use the Kunlun. No, this is not the Kunlun. This is the field. I forget what it's called. The Genshin Continent and Ashino Island.
I'm never gonna be able to remember that. I'm just gonna call it the field spell.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't blame you on that one. So we use the field spell
that does let you play out a guy afterwards. So he's using it to play out the Susan. It looks like so you can get both the field spell and the security for a cheeky security, potentially security bomb for as a final check. And then get another heal. Oh yeah, he gets a
heal. So I think this takes us out of. This keeps us alive for sure.
I don't know if it keeps you alive, but it helps push you in a direction where you're more likely to survive.
You definitely swing into Atratus here, right? Because you're bigger.
Yeah, force them to use the barrier. Make them make that painful choice. Especially since doing that means they burn the security instead of checking into it. So it's not like you let them get like a free tamer or anything for doing so. Oh, I think. Yeah.
Oh, we went into security actually. No. Oh, but now we can stun. No, we can't stun. I keep thinking we can stun.
That could have been a security check. That could have been the barrier burn.
Oh, true.
Could have been one or the other.
All right, so end of it. The Shishima end of attack. We go into the
body. He gets decode as well. For every 5 you put in there, you get a free body, basically.
Yep.
So you have Shishima end of attack, play a body, decode, play a body, Karakuru on deletion, play a body. Unfortunately, it's going to be mostly for just 4s and lower, so mostly searches off here.
Grabs
and
another
the
Susan.
Best thing you can do to do something in your opponent's turn is play out that Shellmon, which unfortunately, again, Atratus is too many sources for the stun to work here.
Yep.
So he did what he can. This was maybe the best he could do to try to keep himself alive by healing as much as possible. We'll just have to see if Glowing Dawn can play through it, but I believe they can. They kept their Atratus on board, so the Atratus is on its own, just 4 checks plus the guy in the back there. So it might come down to whether or not that field spell does anything significant.
One field spell is just your traditional you may play a 5. You only play a 5 cost or lower Shambhala though, so you're not gonna get.
Is it 5 cost or level 5? Because sometimes they flip back and forth with some of these.
It's
field spells.
It's 1 play cost 5 or lower Shambhala trade card. So it is only you can only really hit
it is play cost 5.
You can play Shell, I guess, for a blocker.
Yeah, it always comes back to Shell. He's the only one that does anything, it feels like. Especially since he's a natural blocker, which means even if you don't get the stun, that's better than nothing.
Going to
I guess maybe
Muramasa.
sometimes the Caesar pop comes up, but I feel like that's very rare. I guess the Kokeshi pop could also. No, both are about as good. I feel like it's easy to play around anything that you can play up of this.
I mean, we've already played out of
things, low levels.
You've already played around most things at this point, I think. What are we searching for? Muramasa?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you could just go into Muramasa here for like extra protection. Because if you get the whatchamacalled?
2 checks.
You get the because on top of getting effect immune off of Atratus, if you can stack that with Habakiri, if you would leave the battle area trash top security, you're like an extra piece of
there we
protection there.
Yeah, now the field spell doesn't matter.
It's the recover, it's the trash security, unsuspend. Now he has like 1 billion checks, so there should be way more than enough to do things. You still have to like push past this blocker and potentially a second blocker out of security, so you probably do want as much potential damage as you can get. His alliance with the Gecko is probably why you played that, so he gets 2 checks off of this Habakiri swing. That might force the block here, but he does have piercing as an inherent underneath this Habakiri, so I don't think you can block in this position. That was nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing in security for us this game.
Is he still? You can swing that. That only pops one of the tonic. You can. That's blockable because it has no piercing. You can unsuspend that. Now he only has 1 unsuspend left, so he still has 3 swings. Yeah, so I think that's.
This game
should be lethal here. As he swings, the field spell will get to play out the Shaman for another block, and then he swings and swings. I should take a look. Is there anything else in TB that could potentially
actually
play off of that field spell?
Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say the Shaman. Yeah, no, Shaman doesn't stop anything.
If you had like maybe 1 more security or 1 less swing, the Shaman could have been enough to save it. But yeah, he plays out the shell. The shell on play doesn't really do anything here. He gets the
You can stun the Gecko, but that's it.
The Gecko is already can't attack or anything anyway.
Yeah.
So now it's just swing, block, swing, Atratus.
Yep. Easy.
He did what he could to get as much.
Yeah, make it as complicated as possible.
But
yeah.
Atratus for 2 swings off an Atratus, 3 swings off a Habakirimon was just too much damage to prevent.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't just board wipe, like with the Habakiri.
They use Murasame effect to use Habakiri. They didn't use Habakiri. They just evolved into it off of Gekomon, I believe. Did they remember to use the...
I don't think they board wiped.
Or trash the source? Yeah, they don't even care about board wiping here after all. Because it's not like it was obviously optimal there to just do all those swings and go for game. That's what won them the game.
But I guess that seemed like I think the big thing, like exactly what you said, like was a pitfall is what happened there. It was just like we got choked to 1 too many turns in a row. Just could not play the game. Whereas if we just saw 2 memory a single turn, like I feel like we were playing the game again.
So yeah, the way it's designed, since TB isn't an OTK deck or anything like that, it wants to play a long game. And it doesn't have a lot of like tamers or anything that allows them to like generate like resources turn after turn in like the way that say a TS deck would, because they'll have Homeros, Dan and Cannon, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. That makes it so they can really play that long game because they'll just constantly have memory to play with. on top of the fact that they just slam their sixes anyway. TB doesn't really have that, right? You know, the best you can do to have like a turn after turn play there is to, if you can somehow manage to trigger your analog youths turn after turn to constantly be able to move up and do your thing. Or otherwise get to a point where slamming Susano turn after turn gets you there, right? And we saw there that because of Atrides' protection, slamming Susano wasn't good enough to stall the turns out long enough to win.
I also noticed no one's really playing the triple color option, the Arc Courage United. I feel like the Arc Courage United could have helped a lot there, giving us an extra body here and there.
It's good, but it's an investment, right? You're paying that 3 memory to set up for the future turn instead of like doing
something now.
Actually go into your 6, yeah. Because like I said, the game is fast, so you're kind of in a position where you feel like you kind of have to like, you know, go now, right?
Oh, there's the Shishima. There's another 5. What do we think we're picking up over here?
It could also feel like maybe too much of a win more card too, where it's like, cool, I can get another level 6 when I do my play. But if they can already clear a board of whatever you're doing, like your crazy Kaguyas and on 4 bodies with blocker retail, if they can already out that, then like an extra 6 on the board isn't too much different. But I guess like the big thing there is that, you know, it can trigger on the opponent's turn, which could be a really good piece of interaction that you can play with. So it might come down to whether or not that's actually working, right? Like against Glowing Dawn, Atrides protection will mean that even that is not going to do anything to disrupt you enough.
Looks like we have a Shishima in hand.
So, it could also just be like a space issue here where they want to be running the boosts and the analogs and the field spell instead of not having enough space left over to be playing the what's it called? Sanmyojin.
Yeah, the triple color. The triple
arrival.
Yeah. Looks like we are going to pop one of the boosts to go to back to 3 for Karakuru.
Okay, and then, we don't get to go into a 6 here. But we get to stun the tamer?
That's huge. I think stunning the tamer is nice.
You still get to do everything you want to do off the tamer when it's stunned. But the only thing you cut off of there is the 3K boost, if that matters here.
4K. And then we do die thanks to execute.
Yeah. Yep. And you have an on deletion to play level 4, so you still get to like sort of do it's like a mini version of what you tend to already do with this deck. Setting
up the samurai crab or samurai squid. I guess it's like Gasa.
It's not that great. The Gasa is just the cost reducer effect.
Oh, did we just not play anything, or did he just?
I guess not, because it's like, why would you? If it's what was the stack there? It was Gasa. What was the 4? I forgot.
The 4 was it wasn't Shell. Oh, it was the red one. I think it was the red one.
Oh, yeah. Again, it doesn't do anything other than like be there and be like, hey, you have to remove me now.
I mean, I think that's fine.
Going to. And maybe he wants to keep it in trash because it's like, okay, it's in trash, which means I can use it for the assembly. Oh wait, no, he didn't want to play it because it's like the opponent has the tamer, so
right.
Less memory. Hey, we get to finally play the option here, maybe. Wait, did he play Analog Youth and pick up the option? Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, I think we.
Michael, get in there.
Hey, real quick, did you pick up the option with Analog Youth?
I looked away for a second, so I want to be sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I could be mistaken, but I want to double check to make sure they aren't like finagling us. That's a mistake that I've done before. It's like, oops, I forgot you can't pick that up with Analog.
Let's see.
Yeah, so I cannot pick up the Sanmyojin arrival. I mean, At the very least, Samyoujin Arrival in off of Analog Youth is still a card in the trash that you can.
Yeah, so they did pick up the
use an
option and they're
assembly
gonna fix
target.
it now. Michael's on the scene. Michael's on the case, so we're good.
I know Michael can probably hear. Or no, he can't hear us because we're muted.
He can hear me now. He heard me for a moment, but now he can. Now he's like doing judge things.
Okay.
So he's on the scene now, dealing with it. Going back, just rewinding
You can't catch
to.
my eagle eyes. I played too much Analog Youth to fall for that. when I used to play Millie, it's like every time I would play Analog Youth and go like, I can't pick up the option. No.
Did we get back the boost too, or nah?
Yeah, the boost is in trash, so we fixed it. So the reveal was like double Haniwa plus the option card, so you had to pick up a Haniwa and put the option in trash, which again puts it in the trash for assembly. But I don't know if he's looking to assembly here. This doesn't seem like the board state where you're trying to do that here.
Well, now
maybe it is, because it's like Susan is effectively 1 cost less thanks to the Analog Youth, since he'll execute and get to pop himself. And you can Susan to like potentially like trigger all of those level 5 effects to get bodies out on the board, on top of like getting a check-in, getting a recovery, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I
not
think
like
I would have
worst
rather.
idea.
I think I would have rather see the TB player Digivolve a 4 in the back than play the Hani. Like the card draw's nice,
I agree.
but
because now we're in a prime position to like get cut off from being able to play the game again by getting choked to 1,
which has just been an issue. Yeah,
I mean, I've been saying this has been seeming to be like a constant issue with TB off the games that we're watching in this round, right? And we know Kunlun is coming for Shambhala in general. Maybe that's going to be like the thing that fixes like this one big issue with the deck and makes this deck like play like it's playing pretty well, but even better, once that comes out.
I still don't understand the previous turn of going into a 5 instead of going into 6, where we just afraid of giving memory. Maybe we just didn't have a 6 we like. We had Kagi, or we didn't go into a 6. We went into Karakuru, remember? And then just that's
exactly.
where
I feel like that's probably because they couldn't.
But I think they had Shishima in hand, so you could have. Is I think the route if we had we had Shishima in hand, go Shishima, go 6.
They didn't have the Shishima, which is why they didn't. And I'm assuming that if they didn't, then it's because the 6s they had just didn't do anything to affect the board state in any way.
Yeah, maybe they didn't like the 6 they had. That's the big thing, but. Because like they also didn't like the 3 they had, they didn't like the 4 they had, so like you go into Kaguya and it's
they
like
had Shishi and Kaguya in hand, so they basically opted not to go for the Shishi Kaguya play. Maybe they felt like that wasn't good enough in this position because Atritus' bot decks the Kaguya. Maybe they felt like they'd rather just sort of like play it more, I don't know, conservatively, like hold on to it for later, maybe.
Oh, we're just dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, bummer.
Just do the OTK. Yep. We finally got to see the Monarch.
Damn. Glowing Dawn still takes it, still pretty strong, still good. It's tough to OTK. I mean, I still think the play was to go into the 6 and not the Karakuru. Like definitely go Shishi into Kaguya. And then I
feel like this is like a huge indication of like where TB is going to be. Like, we've seen a lot of it and it did do well enough to get to, undefeated at the final round. So it's like, it's solid, but I feel like this match specifically showcased a lot of the specific weaknesses of TB that is going to keep the deck from being actually a meta deck, right?
Yeah, it's too easy to get choked at 1, right?
Too easy to get choked to 1 in a lot of cases, especially even if you want to, Shishima is like your best way to like, cheat memory, and it requires you to check a security check because there's no like Lamia type effect. So a deck like, if you put up a blocker, you get stopped. If you put up counter timing Bielstar, you just sort of like say no. And then there's the fact that like Susan is really good removal, and then they have no option removal. So like
Right.
Atratus and Reboot would be like,
Just sit there for
what
free.
do you do?
Yeah.
I get to sit here and can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not wrong. I definitely see it. It's gonna be an interesting time. I think, like you said, it's either Virus Buster or TB that are gonna take it in terms of like which one becomes meta relevant. But yeah, I do think it has a huge weakness of just not like we say not having a tamer, but in general, just like there's just no good like memory manipulation from the deck right now, other than the boost. So like if you just play a deck, I play against somebody that's gonna be able to choke you to 1 every turn, you're just not gonna get to play the game, unfortunately.
Yeah. You're gonna be relying a lot on making that first push like matter a lot, right? Like,
which is why maybe we should have gone into the Shishi into Kaguya. Right. But
yeah, you can move up, you can go and Shisha into Kaguya, and you have all this, you do all this and you spit out a bunch of bodies, and it's like if that doesn't win you the game, you kind of just lose the game.
Yeah, that's generally true. So with that said, chat, I think it's been fun. Tessero, are you streaming your finals run on Sunday?
Absolutely. Yep.
Right,
I see no reason not to.
And then
the only question is that like I feel like I said I used to like dual stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but like the last time I did that, I think I got throttled and my connection was like, the streams were unwatchable.
So you're just sticking to Twitch?
I'm actually in between. I've been going back and forth between Twitch and YouTube, and I'm indecisive in which one I want to focus on. On one hand, it's like I think you mentioned in your last video that you like to see me stream on YouTube more because that's where Digimon is, and so I'm kind of down to do that. But at the same time, Twitch is where I have been streaming for a while. It's
you're in a weird spot if you can't dual stream.
I have monetization active.
Yeah, no, you're in a weird spot for sure for that.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot where I just like, I don't know. I'd love to dual stream, but if my new ISP post move keeps throttling me if I do so, then
there's no point. Yeah, you're just gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't blame you for that. That it's just rough. But with that said, we'll see more Shambala throughout the weeks. We have. Is there a regional we need to be aware of anytime soon? I think there's one regional coming up. Someone was telling me that there's a regional. I know there's a Gundam regional coming up in a couple of weeks.
I believe there's one in LA soon, right? I think they mentioned in the Twitter recently.
I think so.
But like in South California. Let me double check the official Twitter page real quick. Because they did do another round of like the Twitter just posting like, here's the upcoming events to look out for.
But with that said, check out Tessero, check out our stuff. I might Gen Con's not a regional, right? Or Gen Con's just an Ultimate Cup?
I think it might be just an Ultimate Cup.
I think it's just an Ultimate Cup that's on a Thursday or something crazy. Like there's a one in Cali in 2 weeks. Yeah, there is one in Okay, so there is one in Cali in 2 weeks. So that'll be
just like a big gaming event. So it's just like people are going to be playing the game as well as a bunch of other Bandai games. I heard that.
That's where Naruto's going to be, dude. Are you a Naruto guy or nah?
No, I was never a Naruto guy actually, so I'm not super excited to see it.
So excited! Oh my god!
I'm curious to see what the gameplay would be like, right? Because
I'm convinced that it's
Gundam. I like building Gunpla and stuff, so I really thought I would get into the Gundam card game, but like, I think Digimon rewired my brain to like enjoying this style of like fast-paced stuff happens early type of gameplay, and I'm like not really as into the more like
slow and methodical
styled gameplay that we get from Gundam, right? It's too slow. The thing is, it's like people like to complain about power creep. The thing is, I want the thing that's keeping me away from Gundam right now is that I'm waiting for more power creep to happen.
I'm waiting for cards to do something, brother. Yeah, like no, I completely agree with you. I'm convinced that I'm for Naruto. If speaking on like similarities to Digimon and stuff, I am convinced without a shadow of doubt in my brain that the Naruto card game is going to have a memory gauge because I think they're just going to do Chrono Clash again. And if you don't know what for those that don't know what Chrono Clash was, it was the game that made Digimon. Like Digimon is based off of Naruto, Boruto, Chrono Clash. So they literally
Yeah,
took that
it was the
developer
first
and
to
made
have the memory
Digimon.
gauge.
So I'm
It's
convinced. Why wouldn't they do
interesting
that
to think
again?
about, but they did preview that the chakra card that was like a resource. The thing is,
Yeah.
like, that's a resource card, but we don't know exactly how it works. So it's like
Yeah, I'm
people
not.
will like look at it and assume it's Dawn-esque, but like
There's
I
no
don't know,
reason.
it
There's
could
no
be-
reason it should be, right? Like that's my point with that.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
like everyone's assuming that, but I'm like, I don't
Yes,
agree.
exactly.
Like I don't think it's
an
that.
assumption. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like it could just as easily be like Union Arena action points. I don't know if you've played Union Arena.
Yes.
But like it could just be that. They literally flipped those upside down at the start of their game too. So it's like, okay, like maybe who knows? I don't know. But we're both equally in confusion with the world. But with that said, chat, see you guys Sunday. I might stream Sunday, but no matter what, Testro is streaming it as you will be competing. So I hope you hope you take I hope you go as far as you hope to go. And
thank you.
Like, share, subscribe. We think we're done for the night. Goodbye.